All right, guys. Quite the day today. There's so much going on. To start off with, we've surpassed 550 members between X and Discord. Really appreciate everybody's patronage and support. It's pretty huge. For that reason, we have ended ads on YouTube, and if all goes well, you won't ever see them again. So very excited about that. Last night, we've got discussion about China injecting even more liquidity into their markets. I'm pretty sure I called that. They have to. They have no choice. And lots of other stuff going on today, guys. Oil down almost 3% in the morning. Bitcoin at 64.5. Shitcoin's taking off. Gary Gensler getting his ass grilled in Congress yesterday and then appearing today on CNBC. I watched the video so you don't have to. It was boring as fuck and nothing interesting was said. But lots going on today. If you guys get a second, if you could jump over here and hit the go into the video that I have and then just type in a comment or something on X, that would be huge. I want to get a multiplier. I want to get people to see it. If you could share it out too, that would be wonderful. Just to get more eyeballs on this space. Today, Discord will be a little bit quiet, or at least on my end. You guys have been pretty busy in it. I am excited though. Again, the socials at the top. We now have YouTube and X updating, and it should be working across Discord. So if you guys have any issues, let us know. Submit them as normal, but otherwise we should be up and running. Actually, I'm a little worried about X because I showed the last one was 9 o'clock last night, and I've done a few since then. So we might have to double check that, but I think YouTube's working. So, but we'll just keep enhancing. We'll keep making things better. You can see plenty of activity in here. You guys are definitely doing your part, and I really appreciate you for it. Good morning, everybody. Looks like chat's blowing up here. All kinds of conversations going on. Let's while I'm getting caught up with chat, let's just look here at pre-market and see how things are going. And there is some stuff to look at, guys. We'll pull up the crypto heat map. As you can see here, looking really good. Solana especially, MVP. Dogecoin up 5%, looking solid. What is this? Is this Shiba Inu? Shiba Inu up 12.5%. All the shit is pumping. And if we look over here, let's look at this as well. So again, the monolith is rising. Bitcoin is rising. And when, like I've said before, like I said yesterday, as this thing gets bigger and bigger and bigger, just think about the physics of it. It can only hold so much. It reaches a critical mass and it spills over into everything else. And that is how these cycles work. Very exciting times ahead, guys. It's going to get real crazy. Let's switch this to the performance. These are my shitcoins, everything I own. And again, the day looks pretty good, I would say. And if we look at the week, it doesn't look much worse. The month doesn't look that bad either. And the year just reminds you why you have a shitcoin to begin with and why you get out of them before the cycle comes to an end. But again, just amazing performance in some of these over the last year. Bonk up almost 10,000%, just stupid numbers. I expect a lot more high flyers, guys. Some will come out of nowhere. That's just how this stuff works. Don't chase them. If you chase them, you'll get wrecked. Trust me. I've been there. Many of other people have been there. We do have other stuff to talk about today, guys. So economic data, tons of it, right? That's why a decent amount of you are probably here. We have a lot. We've got durable goods. We got GDP growth rates. We've got more durable goods. We got the price index for GDP. We got initial jobless claims, continuing jobless claims, core PCE, corporate profits, more durable goods, GDP sales, jobless, non-defense goods, PCE prices, real consumer spending. 6 Fed chairmen speaking today, pending home sales, Kansas Fed manufacturing and composite index, Janet Yellen speaking today around 10:15. We'll see. I might stick around. We're going to be around a lot today. Like I said, guys, we're probably doing maybe even 10:15. And if I can find Janet Yellen's speech, we might go even further. Okay. There's a lot to cover. And yes, we are pumping. And this is fascinating. We're going to jump around today, guys, because I had a lot of topics I want to cover. We'll look at stocks too. We're going to do all the things, right? But there's a lot of stuff. So I want to jump over real quickly and talk about the liquidity with China. And then I want to jump over to U.S. economic data, and I want to talk about some of that too. So again, China considers $142 billion capital injection into banks per Bloomberg. I'd pull Bloomberg up, but honestly, I don't even pay for it anymore. I used to distribute the articles out via Archive PH. You can do that actually. If you guys don't know what Archive PH is, .ph, you can go in there and you can look up a URL and you can get the cached version of that, which is amazingly fun. And that will give you the articles without having to pay for like the majority of these services. So do that. I recommend that highly. Now I do want to go down. So again, this was from the 23rd. So this is just talking about what was happening, about how the government is flinching. This is Dan Tapiero. He's a pretty cool dude, usually pretty right. But he said, huge macro event. Again, this is a few days ago, but we're going to do the part 2 of this. He said, things so bad in China, government flinches, quantitative easing for China equity, rate cuts, big liquidity coming, low likely in for China assets, basically saying we're getting ready to go up, bazooka, bullish. And yeah, he's 100% right. And if we go back here and look at his part 2, we'll just scroll up here. This is a big mover for today, guys. This is what set us off this morning. Kaboom, part 2, $142 billion injection into Chinese banks coming. Never expected China to be doing quantitative easing. I did. Or I don't know why I gave the middle finger. I did. Economy will take time to recover, but liquidity heading into assets. Now, their economy won't take time to recover. It won't recover. It will not recover. I still have to make my China video. I owe it to you guys. I'll try and get to it soon. Also, QE Infinity. So I want to post this, not for jealousy. This guy actually has a few thousand more people than me, right? So I've got 62,300, I think, as of last count. So he's got about 10% more followers than me. But here's why I'm showing this to you. Because of the negativity of his posts and how much they're liked. It is signal, guys. It lets you know you're on the right side of the markets. Because the majority of people are usually on the wrong side. And it's hard sometimes from all the noise that you see on social media and posts to figure out what the truth is. But this is great. So he says, QE Infinity, and I like this guy actually. He says, Citi is now warning of a hard landing, could be imminent. And it will force the Fed to aggressively cut rates. Here comes the panic. Here comes the panic, guys. 2,300 likes. This guy is just about my size. He's 10% larger than me. And he's got 2,300 likes and 260,000 views on something he posted 16 hours ago because he said that the world is coming to an end. And let's read what they're talking about. So this reminds me of Goldman Sachs, like completely wrong for the last year and a half. Says the bank said the percentage of individuals finding jobs hard to get is increasing, signaling, well, yeah, of course, you've got over 10 million illegal immigrants that have taken your jobs. You're going to have a hard time getting a job. Doesn't matter, though. They still got jobs, and they're still spending in the economy, and that's the thing to remember. That's why that Dryden guy that I was having you guys follow yesterday is so important, right? He said signaling that in unemployment is not merely a sign of a growing labor supply, but an indication of a weakening hiring conditions. Citi notes that this trend observed in the Conference Board survey is reminiscent of the conditions in September 2001. Oh, okay. Well, everything was pretty much good in the stock market after that. But let's keep going. A period when the U.S. economy was already in recession. Well, yeah, it was well past the stock market bottom. So is this good for stocks? The rising difficulty in finding employment confirms that the rise in the unemployment rate is not good news about labor supply, but rather a reflection of a softening job market. This is a lazy fucking analysis of what's happening in the unemployment markets. We could see the unemployment markets continue to suffer. Also, David Tepper is talking on Squawk Box right now. I'm probably going to jump to that in a second because I do want to hear what he has to say, even though I might not agree with it. I do want to hear what he has to say about China. So we'll cover that probably in a second. It says this situation suggests that a hard landing could be imminent. It's coming, guys. Making further aggressive rate cuts from the Fed more likely, says the bank. They think the Fed and Treasury have no other options but to cut rates. This is just funny. They explain that the data underscores the broader trend of weakening labor demand. Citi forecasts a modest addition of 70,000 new jobs in the upcoming payrolls report for September, down from earlier robust figures. It doesn't even matter if that happens, guys. Here, got to adjust my little chair. Got to kick out my little stand. It doesn't even matter if that happens because we could still have a really strong labor market. We have been surprised that job growth has not slowed more in sectors where activity has pulled back substantially, like construction, leisure, hospitality, and government. Government? You think government has fucking pulled back? Jesus. And also, construction is getting ready to boom, guys. It's getting ready to boom because we're lowering rates and the real estate market's getting ready to come back. Said if this trend continues, Citi anticipates an increase in the unemployment rate to around 4.3%. Dum, dum, dum. Pushing it potentially to 4.4. If the labor force participation does not decline as expected. I guess the world's coming to an end. My bad, guys. You should liquidate everything you have now and start over. That's a joke. Please don't do that. I wrote global liquidity. So this is to Louis C.K. He's been slowly waking up about how markets work. He said gold at an all-time high, silver at an all-time high, stock market at an all-time high, house prices at an all-time high, Bitcoin over 60,000, fentanyl sales at an all-time high. I mean, that's kind of separate. Debt at an all-time high. Where the F is the money coming from? And I responded with global liquidity. Congress spending tons of money. The Fed manipulates rates. The Treasury issuing tons of shorter-dated treasuries to acquire more money to pay our debts. China doing the same thing, and lately way more. The rest of the world has to follow. Welcome to how things work in our existing system. You better own assets. So yeah, don't sell everything you have, guys. Don't sell everything you have. I'll check that guy's comment in a second. I am going to get caught up in chat. I need to. Let's go back. We'll look at the chaos in the markets. The chaos in the markets. Tesla up 1.5%. Don't hate it. Let's look at shit coins. Shit coins looking pretty good. Looking healthy on the shit coin market. While we're doing this, I'm going to get caught up in chat, guys. Albert, what's up? To Jesse and the gang. Mike, the market is what's up. True that. Oak, you hit the like button, my dudes. Andres. Oh, hey, you know what? While I'm doing this real quick, I need to back up. We need to get to the beginning of David Tepper. David Tepper. I'm going to get to the beginning of his speech, his little thing, his little interview, so we can hear what he has to say. Okay, I got that paused. All right. Andres, yo hand wink waving. It's weird how it does that in streaming. So, Cripster Mac says, hey, bro, love the live stream. Thanks, man. And I said today, if you guys are coming in late, no ads anymore on YouTube, guys. Kiss them goodbye. That's probably what's happening. You guys have given us much love with over 550 members on X and Discord. And for that reason, if we can keep growing that, we will not do ads again anymore on YouTube. It's over. That era is over for this channel, and it ain't coming back. Alexander, good morning. Alex Garcia, ready for a new day. And that's about $1,000 drop in income too, guys. But I think it makes the experience better, and I think it'll grow the channel better. So that's what we're doing. Mike Lauk, boom. Bob, fave day of the week. Yeah, me too. Cripstar Mac. Weird we can't see messages, though. What do you mean you can't see him? Alex Garcia, going to miss the Kamala Harris opportunity economy ads. Oh, my God, right? Everybody's going to miss those. Millsy, no ads. What? Micro said, no one ever, Alex. No more. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't even know. Said no one ever, Alex. That was about the Kamala Harris ads. Okay, there we go. Now I got it. David, hello. Doug said, I still can't comment on YouTube. Oh, shit. What's your ID again? I didn't get it last time, bro. What is it real quick? Give it to me fast. Give it to me fast, and I'll add it on this stream. I'll try to. I'll try and do it while this David Tepper's talking. Smash the like. Yeah, if you could, guys. Team Miri, liking the look of today so far. It looks healthy. Even though Citi would have you think that it's falling apart. And our buddy over here would also have you think that with QE Infinity, which is funny to me because you think having a name of quantitative easing to infinity would indicate that you understand that assets can do nothing but go up, at least until everything falls apart, which is not happening right now. So you'd think you'd understand more about QE. Again, I don't hate the guy. I'm just saying. It's a little weird. That's the way I feel about it. All right. Let's see here. Paul Hoger. What do you think of Coinbase 300, 325 calls? I don't know. We'll have to try and take a look. It's going to be a long stream, so we'll probably get to it, Paul. Try and bring it up later in the stream if you could. All stocks, guys, please bring it up later, unless it's a news-related event that we need to know about. Johnny Utah. Good morning, Jesse. Thank you. Alexander Hine. Tesla 265 today. Fucking easy. Mop 74. Let's make this a rocket day. Hell yeah. Matanga. Morning, awesome people. Back at you. David, good morning, Jesse and all. We're winning. Let's go. Jesse, you're going to miss Aurora? I don't know what you're talking about, David. Throw it out there, man. Oak, yo, brother. Martin says, hey, Jesse, thanks for the live stream. Always. I'm happy to do them. I really love the morning shows, too, guys. I'm digging it. If you guys are digging it, hit the like button. Cody, good morning. We're pumping. Yes, sir. Aaron says, whoa, what did I deserve to get the middle finger? It's you, Aaron. It's all about you. Kenny Brown, good morning, all from Orlando, Florida. Cole Magna, G pumping my JD position. Yeah, I think David Tepper is going to talk about that in a second, too, and we'll be looking at that. Chris DeSantis, hey, all. Concord, good morning, good morning. Koala, what's going on, Jesse? Feeling extra bullish on Clean Spark for Christmas? Hell yeah, 250% increase. For me, that'll be 500%. I don't know why I just squeezed my chest. Weird. I'm giving middle fingers and I'm squeezing my titties. This is going to be a good stream, guys. I need to wake up. Gonna drink some coffee. Just give me a second. All right, Team Mary, the number of likes on the post is a prime example why most people don't make money in stocks. Very true. Marty Cohen, morning fam. Hey, Jesse. George Manassas, my buddy. Good morning, team. Chicken Bro, the analyst behind Citi Report, met Kevin. Yeah, he's been hanging out with Kevin. It is Kevin. He wrote that in so that he could try and get the stock market to crash because he needs to make up for his shorts. Aaron C, yeah, fuck ads. Totally, fuck ads. Just like Elon Musk, I don't want people controlling my future. And with advertisements, I have to think about what I say in order to avoid getting demonetized. And you know what? I don't have to worry about demonetization if I ain't getting fucking monetized. So fuck off. Steven Walther, good morning. Suraj, jobless claims. Oh yeah, should we look, guys? We got data yet? Let's go back up. Oh, slews of data. Thank you for keeping me on point. My friend, I'm real quickly going to tag that so I don't get too lost in my chain. Thank you, Suraj, for keeping me on point. Let's take a look here. Also, while that's happening, I just want to jump over here. Markets are going up, which means they're liking what they see already. So we got that out of the way. I will sort real quickly by second tier related items. Let's see. Durable goods orders month over month are at 0. We were expecting them to be negative 2.2 and negative 2.6, and they're not bad. So they're flat. That's what we like, guys. That looks good. Better than expected on durable goods. GDP growth rate, 3%, came in line with forecast and consensus. Durable goods ex transportation is up 0.5%. Forecast was negative 0.1 and consensus was 0.1. This just shows you that transportation for durable goods is the worst part. Not for Tesla. GDP price index up 2.5%, right in line with consensus and forecast, and initial jobless claims only 218,000, lower than forecast and consensus. Market is going to fucking love this today, guys. This is sick. Let's dive into a couple of data points real quick, and then we'll go from there. I don't want to spend too much time on this because it's all good, guys. It's all good. These GDP growth rates, when you look at what happened here, this 3% is right in line. We're right in line with what we should be doing. And again, we have the benefit of creating one France of GDP in the last 4 years with all the rehiring that is oscillating the markets higher and going to make us all fucking rich. This is the thing that Dresden, whatever the fuck his name was, that I had you follow yesterday, was talking about, and it's why I thought it was such a big deal, because we have after effects that will keep earnings strong, and a lot of people aren't looking at that. And if you're not forward looking, you know what you're doing. You're following news, and if you're following news, you're a fucking moron, because a lot of those news events, man, they're just triggers to get people emotionally turned back in different directions. So those shouldn't be how you decide. You should add up all that stuff, and it should change your overall consensus by ever-changing small percentages, but it should never be all in and all out like Meet Kevin. You don't want to be that guy. Hey, guys, if you like not having ads anymore on this channel, if you like the value add of what I present, if you like what's happening in the Discord, if you like what's going to be happening on X, hit the fucking like button here. It's not hard. All right. Let's keep going down through here. So again, that looked good. Everything looks good, guys. Let's look at it. Durable goods out. These are month over month. I hate that shit. Let's move on. Real consumer spending. We got that too. Oh, and we got PCE data. So so much stuff. There's so much stuff here. Let's just go down the list. So continuing and initial jobless claims all look good. Nothing out of line. We're not even going to look at that. Core PCE prices over the month over or quarter over quarter, within line. We like that. That's good. Corporate profits, 3.5%. Profits are up. Profits are up. 1.7% forecast for and consensus. And what are we seeing? Double that. This is exactly what I was talking about yesterday. This is exactly what we want, guys. This is it. This is fucking awesome. This means margins are going up for corporations. We want to see this. This is good stuff. Durable goods, ex defense, negative 0.2%. They forecasted negative 3.5, a beat. GDP sales quarter over quarter, 1.9%, but forecast was 2.2, and consensus was 2.2. That is the only negative line item today, the only one. And I don't even know that this is going to be, this is probably just static and noise based upon everything else we're seeing. And it's in line. It's not crazy. It's not crazy at all. So that's not even bad. Jobless claim 4-week average is still below consensus. Again, manipulated, don't care. Markets only care about what they see right now. Non-defense goods orders ex air, 0.2%. It was expected or forecast negative 0.2%. So better than expected. Everything is perfect today. It's all perfect, guys. Real consumer spending quarter over quarter was 2.8. It was supposed to be 2.9. Not a big deal. We've got Fed Collins, Kugler, Chair Powell, and Williams all talking here in the next 30 minutes. They'll start talking. If there's anything interesting there, I'll pull it up. We'll probably, if you guys see headlines on X, let me know. We'll pull them up. Pending home sales will start at 9. Fed Bar will speak at 9:30. And then, again, we'll get Kansas Fed Composite and Manufacturing at 10. And then the Treasury Secretary talking at 10:15. She's kind of a boring bitch, but sometimes she has interesting things to say, so we might stick around for that. This is a good day, guys. We're going up. Can Tesla see 400 by the year end? That's probably pushing it, but I think early Q1, 400 or 390 at least. Maybe. Here's the thing. I just want it to get, here's what I want it to get to, guys. I'll just show you real quick. This is all I'm searching for. It's nothing crazy. Tesla. And look at this. This is gorgeous, guys. On the weekly, we're not even overbought. I got to clean up a bunch of my charts. It's on the list, guys. There's so much to do. Not a lot of time to do it. Try not to say the ums. Check me, guys, if I do. But up 1.65%. We're over 261. We could be 265 today. I think that's pretty likely. We could actually test up towards, I don't know, the 270-something mark. Why do I say that? It's the next magnet. And maybe it isn't today. Maybe it's like tomorrow. But we have a 273 is like the next local high here. And then we've got a gap that brings us all the way up to about 295, about 291, 292, right over here. This is our last major daily gap. So after we hit that, we could definitely, have a pause. Actually, if we hit over here, you got to realize this. I need to draw this. I need to draw this and save it. I need to clean up my charts. I'll get better at it, guys. I've just got so much going on right now. I'm trying to do a lot for you and for us. And but I need to draw this. This has to happen. And we're going to change the color on it. And we're going to do this too. So this is what is happening, guys. This is a big deal. This is a big deal. So we got our left shoulder, right? Then we got our head, right? Shoulder, head. Then we have our right. And it's very, very getting ready to break out. And if you look at it on the monthly, and this isn't ugly. This isn't ugly. This is within range. It's close. It's close to too far of a dip here, but if you extract that dip, if you ignore that dip, which you can do if you look at the monthly, then it's almost perfect. So this is what's happening right now, guys, and the measured move for this is no joke. So let's just put it in here. We'll even be a little conservative with it. We'll put it right over here. This is the measured move, and it doesn't have to happen with this steep of a line. It can be over here. Now, this is actually beautiful because it does set us up really, really nicely. I don't know what happened to my fib. My fib is gone. How did I delete my fib? But you know what? It's actually kind of clean right now. I like this. So I'll put my fib back later. But if I drew this out, guys, this is the next fib level. This literally gets us up around 500. And that is our next Fibonacci level for our move higher. So this is great. This is exactly what we want to see. And I'll clean this stuff up later and make it a little prettier. But this is what we want to see, guys. This is happening. Real quickly, I'm going to hop back over into comments. And then we're going to listen to this next conversation here about China liquidity because I think it's really important. Let me try and get caught up on comments real quick, though. Maytag said, no more Kamala or Warren ads. No more ads, period. JP, good morning, Jesse. Thank you. Christopher, good morning, all. Let's make some cash. I agree. Bill, smash the like, peeps. Yes. Les Walter, miners are up about 3 to 5%. Let's go. They'll be up a lot more than that. Golf Glory, thoughts on coin? I think it's a decent investment. I like MicroStrategy better. Kaylin, data looks good. Agreed. It's beautiful. Doug French, Jack Mahoff. Galaxy, yeah, I know. Alex Garcia, U.S. Q2 GDP data is out. Everything's out. Simone, bravo. Good day, everyone. JT, good old MSM screaming the sky is falling while their buddies buy up everything. Yes, and what are we doing? We're doing the opposite of what those motherfuckers are doing. We're being the smart money. We're not being the dumb money. Daniel, Jesse, thoughts on SUI? I think Marty Party likes it, and James from Invest Answer likes it, and I think those guys know more about it than I do. I would just follow them. Christopher Brown, Cypher is making me feel all sorts of ways this week looking for group. Oh, dude, what are you up, 40, 50% this week? Congratulations. Dylan, sup, Jesse, on holiday now. Will join Discord when I'm back. Thanks, Dylan. You're going to like it. It's going to get better and better all the time, guys. We're going to keep improving it. I've got a lot to do. We've got a few extra bots I think we want to add for maintenance administration and just ease of use. And then the feeds are up for the socials, and we're going to be doing a lot more than that. We got to get the charts, all of that stuff up, and I've got to build out the charts, and we've got to get all the tickers in there. There's a lot to do, but we'll work on it. I'll work really hard on it over the weekend, I promise you. Maytag, 2Q, our second quarter GDP final read. Yep, it looks great. Greg A., what's up with oil? Oxy. Oil is down today, guys. We'll just real quickly hop over there. Oil is falling. It's a good thing. It's down to 2.41%. Like I said, I believe if oil keeps dropping, there's probably pretty good reasons for that. It's probably fears of a slowing economy, but I also think if Kamala Harris isn't doing as good of a job winning, it's probably that too. So I like all that stuff. Let me just see here. I'll probably stop right there. So again, everybody's talking about GDP data and economic data. It all looks brilliant. Golf Glory, is this your usual start time? Love it. If so, yes, it is. 7:15 is around it. It might vary a little bit depending upon economic data. So sometimes 7:30, maybe, or 7:45. But really, it's probably going to be this. I think I'll stick with a set time. Simon Bravo, seems like a green day today. Hell yeah. We have almost 380 people in here, guys. If you could hit the like, this is huge. I think this is our biggest live stream. If we could break 400, if you guys could share and respond in the posts on X and respond in the comments, just keep grinding stuff out, talking to each other. I think we could break 400 a day. This is sick. I really appreciate you guys. Broccoli Bob, I love the name. Jesse, what do you make of the Sam Altman Open AI stuff that's going? I think it's bullshit and noise. I think again, Elon already sued them for trying to switch to a for-profit. It sounds like a huge amount of the C-suite is leaving yet again. I think Sam Altman is evil. I really do. I believe he's evil from the conversations I've listened to. I think he's one of those people that believes in robots more than humanity, and that scares the fuck out of me. So I don't like him. That's my bias. And if I'm wrong about him being evil, then it's not as bad as it seems. But I think that people are leaving for ethical reasons, and the people that did have NDAs that expired or didn't have NDAs, they said they think he's evil essentially. So I don't like him at all. I don't like him at all, and I can't wait for Grok to be the better AI. It's not yet. Llama and ChatGPT are probably the better ones. But Grok will surpass it soon enough with Grok 3. Marty Cohen, you're a beast, Jesse. Thank you, sir. Thanks for the alpha. Press the like, heathens. Thanks, Marty. Daisy, 100%. Let's go. Simon Bravo. Everything aligned to make money. Bogdan, can Tesla do 400 before the end of the year? It's going to be probably 390s. But it could. I mean, our measured move, guys, if we got to that measured move of 495 between now and summer, that's sick. I'm going to make so much fucking money. I'll make like 5-6 million just off of Tesla in profits. Chicken Bro, everyone thinks 1010 would be a sell the news event. You know what happens when everyone thinks the same. We haven't went up enough for it to be a sell the news event. But if we get up to 290 or 300, maybe. But again, they're pushing this thing hard, guys. If you saw the imagery, we'll look at it a little bit here. They're pushing 1010. They're pushing 1010. They've got an eye in it. It's fucking awesome. All right, Simon Bravo says, remember when everyone was screaming Tesla at $20? I remember, well, yeah, before the split, right? Yeah, dude. I remember I used to own Tesla 2017. I owned it. So it's one of the reasons I'm rich right now. Chicken bro, holy shit, Tesla's gonna fly. It will. And let's just look here. Let's go back. So oil down, we love that, guys. Tesla up almost 2% on the day. And again, the measured move for this inverted head and shoulders is fucking huge. It is up to our next major fib. And this is going to be an epic event, guys. This is going to be an epic event. When did you first buy Bitcoin? I bought it when it was like 2,700, but only bought a little bit of it. I actually invested over $100,000 in mining equipment in 2017, and starting in like mid 2017, early 2017. So I did the wrong thing. I actually put all my money into mining equipment. I didn't even know what the halving was, and I put six figures into mining equipment. And then I found out what the halving was, and that the cycle had come to an end, but it was too late. Learned a lot of hard lessons. Everybody makes mistakes. There's people, I got friends in here, I won't name them, but they lost a bunch of money in FTX. They lost a bunch of money in Luna. They lost a bunch of money in Celsius. And people can tell you guys. Chris Federall was in here back in the day. He can tell you how I warned people to get the fuck out of Celsius and nobody listened to me. And a ton of people lost money. He can tell you how I told people to get the fuck out of Luna, how I told people to get the fuck out of FTX. I warned everybody before these events happened because I know this industry well. And people didn't listen to me and they lost tons of money. The ones that did saved a bunch. So, but he's a testament to that. He can tell you that he was there for when it happened. And so you try to save people and you try to give them information in advance and then they get to make their own decisions. And that's how life works, right? You can't change other people. You can't force people to do the things you want them to do, even if you know it's in their best interest. I learned these lessons hard a long time ago. I used to think that I could get people to change. You can't get anybody to change. If you're lucky, you can get yourself to change. I'm still working on that, motherfucker. Pete, do you see the hurricane having a big effect on the market? No. Marty Cohen, your beast. Yep. Okay. Thank you. Keep going. Let's go. Cuban on CNBC right now. We can skip that shit. Yeah, he's a fucking idiot. He wants to be. So in case you didn't know, Mark Cuban wants to be Gary Gensler, and I can tell you he would definitely go after Elon Musk. He would be bad. So vote Republican, guys. Even if you aren't a Republican, if you own assets and you want the world to be a better place, don't let Democrats have power again. Not this time. They've proven that they can't handle it. We need them to change first. They need to be the Democrats of old, which are the Republicans, I guess, today. Chicken Bro, everyone thinks 1010 would be a sell the news. Oh, we already did that one. Remember when everyone was screaming Tesla at 20? Yep. Holy shit, Tesla's going to fly. Christopher says TSLT. That's an option. That's a leverage play on Tesla. Investor Reality will buy CleanSpark today. Yesterday would have been better. Chicken Bro, fly like a bird, not like a polo. That's a chicken, guys. Shelly, oh my God, Mark Cuban on CNBC. Yeah, fuck him. Gary Curate, morning, Jesse. Do you recommend holding ETH or use the TI by MSTI? Oh, I wouldn't hold. Here's the thing. ETH could do okay. It could do okay and it could bounce for a while. I'd rather own MSTX. Bitcoin's going to be a lot safer. You got to remember, guys, if you saw the chart I showed the other day, Solana has 10 times the volume and traffic of Ethereum. So, and it's 20% roughly of the market cap. It will probably flip Ethereum this cycle. That's my bet. So I don't care about ETH. I do own ETH proxies, right? I've got ETH proxies. If you look at my shit coins, there's things like Optimism, Arbitrum, Injective. These are all layer 2 solutions on ETH. If anything benefits, it's going to be them. It's not going to be ETH. So that's my take right now, is focus on that. And look at these weekly gains. These aren't bad for the week. I do think they're going to get a lot better though. But yeah, so I'm not super excited about that. It's 7:51 right now. We have, again, some Feds talking in a little bit. Market's going to open in about 38 minutes. That should be interesting. Let's try and get through chat, and then we'll try and get to that other interview. Not the Mark Cuban one. Fuck him. All right, MU leading the rally. Let's go. So Micron's up today. See, guys, there was a bunch of downgrades and smart analysts telling you that wasn't going to do anything, and it's obviously doing really well. We'll look at that later. David said, do you think AI and robotics plays until 2030? I think that plays until the end of time. That's a 2040, 2050 play, bro. That's where it's going to transform the entire world into an age of abundance if we don't destroy ourselves with nukes or censorship and government surveillance. Chris Federal just popped in. Everything looks great. 850 Zs. When did you buy your first Bitcoin? I already answered that. Kane, you have at least 2,000 views on X. That's great. Thank you, guys. And if everybody commenting on X, that helps hugely. I really want to grow on X, guys. X is my favorite platform. I want to represent it. I want to do a good job supporting Elon Musk. I want to get myself deleveraged away from YouTube, even though YouTube ads are free now. So there's benefits there too, guys. $2 a month, you can get a sub there. It's $5 for X, but I plan on making that better with additional posts and analysis that I'm not going to provide on other locations eventually. So it's a reason to get you into the Discord and get you onto X, my two favorite platforms right now. Daisy says, pair trade some Square and PayPal. Look on the charts how they pair trade if you missed that boat. Chris Federal, Jolt's shit just looked at the peeps and here I'm only still working. Chris Federal, holy 850Z, when did you start covering Tesla? Also 2017 first. Yep. Pete, can run a valuation on Micron, please? Yes, we'll do that. At the end, guys, we will look at it. I think Micron is going to crush it. I wish I would have got a little more into that earlier, but when we were looking at the charts, we liked what we saw, right? Chris Federal, yes, I can. Cole Megna, Mark Cuban, the mainstream media truly leans right. What a clown. He's a fucking dipshit. He's a dipshit. I don't know what changed about him from when he was supporting Donald Trump in 2016, but something. Yeah, maybe he's on the Diddy list. Maybe he's a diddler. That could be it. Good call, Jay. Pete says, can you run a valuation? Yes, definitely. Adam, hey, Jesse, really appreciate your help as always, bro. What's your thoughts on July $25 Clean Spark options at the moment? I would double check the NASDAQ options chain, or again, if I find a better one, I know some people said that keeps crashing. If I find a better one, I'll let you know. What you're looking for is open interest and volume. You don't want to have it be really low. If it's low, then it's dangerous. If it's not, then it's great. My targets are higher, but I think we get to 32 on Clean Spark between now and the beginning of the year. J. Co. Hey, Jesse, you willing to take a bet that ETH will outperform Sol? Sure, I'd do 1,000 or something smaller, whatever. I don't care. Yeah, I think Sol will definitely outperform. I'll take that bet. ZA Van Eck sees Sol being 50% of the market cap of ETH, and if it does that, it will definitely outperform percentage wise. Sammy Lee got a bunch of X posts. X is the best platform. Hell yeah. JD from X says, good morning, Jesse. I got here late. How about that Bitcoin's going up to the moon, bro? Is Bitcoin a scam? Fuck no. No, it's not. There's some people that are like, oh, dude, Jesse, what about this? What if Bitcoin goes to zero because of a 51% attack and the fact that miners stop mining it and blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, oh my God, I can't even have these conversations anymore. There's other people you can talk to about that stuff. I don't have the time to explain to you how the entire economy of Bitcoin works, how money works, and why it's not going anywhere. But I point people to the Bitcoin standard to start. I just don't have time for all that shit. And I know you're joking, JD. I do. David Gray, you think Visa still has room to run? Or is it VSA? Is VSA Visa? What's VSA? Is that nuclear company? Team Miri just gave 10 in euros, I think. Thanks, dude. Thanks for all you do. Hit the like, people. Thanks, brother. I really appreciate you. All you guys, man. All you guys. Koala scared me, man. We Bitcoiners around here. Yes. Albert. Hi, JD. Koala ain't no party like a Diddy party. That's what I've heard. Koala, don't ban me only because you said diddler. Yeah. Chat's totally open, guys. You can say whatever the fuck you want. Thank you for Philip for becoming a member. All right, let's get to it, guys. We got a video to watch. We're almost at 400 people. This is fucking epic. We might hit 400 again on X, guys. If you can go in here and go to this video, I will put it right at the top for you. Okay, I'll put it right at the top. And it is right at the top. If you guys can go in here and comment if you're enjoying the video. Blow that shit up. We need people to see the truth. We need people to know why markets are going to make a bunch of money in the future so that they can make money too. Now, let's get to our stream here. Let's listen to this conversation. It's going to be a good one. Oh, we need volume.
Of his stake in NVIDIA in the second quarter and increased bets on China. Joining us now.
So David Tepper is betting on China. I think that's a fucking horrible idea. NVIDIA, not bad. But China, horrible. I mean, you can make money on it. It's just a failing economy. And why own stuff in a failing economy that is one of the most authoritarian places on earth, that does horrible things to people, a lot of them Muslim, but also to the Chinese people, lots of Chinese people. It's like the Mao era where, anywhere from 40 to 60 million Chinese people died. I feel like we're starting that right now. This is not a place you want to be heavily invested in, but let's listen to his take.
Now is David Tepper, founder and president of Appaloosa Management, owner of the NFL's Carolina Panthers. Now I'm going to start the intro totally differently by bringing up somebody else. So there's, Druckenmiller.
Sure.
All right, so 30 years, 30% returns, never a down year. I asked him 5 years ago, who does what you did well now? And he goes, I'm a chicken now. He doesn't take any big bets. It's family money. He doesn't do what he used to do. He said David Tepper is the guy who has the intestinal fortitude to make huge bets that pay off massively. And we haven't seen you all, but that's the intro that I would give you, because that's you, right?
Yeah.
You still got those big financial intestinal fortitude? You still have? Are you still making big bets that can pay off or not?
I think over the last, listen, I mean, we're probably, I think I do have that. On the other hand, probably take smaller positions than I have in the past.
So you getting more conservative in your old age, or?
Yes and no. Okay, yes, over the last couple years, probably a little bit more conservative. On the other hand, we were up the last couple of years in 22, 23, whatever, 20% and 12.5%.
Yeah.
When I guess the market was down one of those 2 years. So, our absolute returns are better than almost everybody in the market. So we still got that going for us, but
which is nice.
Doesn't hurt.
Yeah, no, it's from Caddyshack. But,
So,
okay.
So yeah, no, I do, and we can talk about that.
And you're a recluse, and we can't get you on camera.
I'm not a recluse.
Kind of a recluse. I see you at the golf course
He just
occasionally.
doesn't like us.
He does like, you don't like camera, but you don't
guys.
like appearing on camera. It's very hard to get you on camera.
I just want to say I love Joe. He's the most genuine person on this show, and he's the smartest, honestly.
Yeah,
I mean,
sometimes we get
Here
phony.
he is. Here he is.
But that's where I'm going with this.
I do have
because
a-
you called
listen,
me.
unlike
You
you-
said I have something to say. So you must have something to say. That's what I'm getting.
Well,
to.
I had something to say. I still do have something.
Well,
to
that's
say.
why we're excited, because we want to hear what you have to say. Why did you?
Let him talk,
what
Joe.
compelled you to want to? I mean, you're not.
To agree to be on.
Yes, to agree to this.
Well, I thought that what the Fed did last week would lead to China easing, and I didn't know that they were going to bring out the big guns
They
like
have to.
they did, and I think there's a whole shift. I listened to you guys a little bit before I left home to come over here, but nobody talked about it this morning on your show.
We did
when I
say
was here.
China. I said it.
And you talked about it, but no guests talked about
No
it.
guess.
So
Right.
I'm like, whoa. This is like.
So this
it's-
is what compelled. This is a major.
It was
development.
before what they did last night. I thought, they were going to start doing things, and they would have the room because of what the Fed did. The Fed basically, lowered 50 basis points, and they used the magic word about.
I also think the Treasury is using swap lines or something with both China and Japan to try and keep their economy stable for now, because it benefits us while we export money out of China. So I think that's going on too.
I don't know, 5 times, 10 times recalibrate. Recalibrate's a really interesting word because they said we have room. Besides this, we're going to do something. I don't know if they're going to do what the market has in it, but they're going to do something besides the 50. Another 25, 25, 25 seems like has to be done because they're basically, a long time ago I told you that you have to do what people tell you to do. The Fed puts out a white paper. You listen to what the Fed does. The Treasury does.
Yep.
Governments do what they tell you they're going to do. And the Fed told you they're going to recalibrate interest rates. And what that means is they have a lot of room between, where inflation's running and where interest rates are, and they think they're pretty tight, and they have to bring it back towards neutral. So does that mean that it comes down? It's funny how people wave at you in here. That it comes down, as much, as much as is in the market right now? No. But does it mean that one or two, like probably 2 or 3 interest rates, 25 basis point cuts, they have to do? Or they'll lose credibility? Yes. So you have the Fed. With that in mind, it kind of gives China the policy breadth to lower rates. So we thought, okay, they're going to come out and lower rates, right? And maybe they'll do the fiscal stimulus that everybody's been calling for, and they'll do the aggressive easing that they've called for in the past. So when that came in, we got a little bit longer. We got a little bit longer, more.
Got longer Chinese stocks?
More Chinese stocks, okay? And so I have limits.
Listen, Junkrat. All right, that's it.
Historic limits. I probably said a long time ago I don't go above 10 or 15%. Well, that's probably not true anymore. Because I set my own VAR. I don't have this VAR nonsense they have in the marketplace. There's value at what I can sleep at night.
It's
that's
interesting that, and we don't always, when we hear the Fed, okay, if they go 50, they may go more, we think, oh, mortgage rates in this country. Oh, we think business loans in this country we think interest on the net. You immediately thought China and currency differences around the world. So that was more important to you.
Because the undervaluation is, listen, you can look at your chart and look at a chart above on your screen right there, whatever stock you like. In China, they are, even with the recent moves, they're like on a flat line low compared to where they have been in the past. And you're sitting there with single multiple PEs with double-digit growth rates for the big stocks that trade over here. That's kind of versus what, you're 20 plus on the S&P.
Right.
Okay, and then you have, so the question was China going to do the things that you want them to do? Okay, are they going to do the easing measures that you want them to do? So yeah, they came the other day, and what's his name, Pan Gongcheng, and I apologize because I can't even speak English well. He came out and he was like jovial. It's like, whoa, jovial, saying we're going to cut and we'll give you more. And he said we'll do more and more if needed. Now the Chinese to say we'll do more and more if needed, they don't say that because it's not been healthy to.
China has a debt to GDP of over 330% when you include their shadow banking market. They're incredibly fucking indebted. That's like 200% worse than what we are in the United States. So print all the fucking money you want, guys. It's not going to help.
Say those sort of things in China. But they said that the other night, and I've listened very carefully what government officials say. So I took it that they did a lot. They exceeded expectations, and they promised to do more and more and more. Okay? And that's very strange language, especially for any central banker, but especially over there. So that was the first thing that happened. And last night, we heard that they were going to have some kind of meeting, but they kind of blew away expectations on the fiscal stimulus, that they were going to do. Now, fiscal stimulus, if you look at your charts, if you like charts, because you used to be a broker, and that was a good way to do things fast, what can happen around the world when they do that? That's what you have to ask yourself now.
Exactly.
So now you have the Fed. So just
this is a great point. I love the fact that he's looking at it across the entirety of the world. Great stuff.
Backdrop again. The Fed.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd trust him for NFL, but I don't follow NFL that much either. He's made his money from markets.
Fed's easing. You have a few more easings coming. The Japanese, they don't know what they want to do right now, but it doesn't matter what people think. They're going to be forced into things, and I can talk about that in a second. The Europeans are lowering rates, and now the Chinese are lowering rates. Okay, and they're aggressive in how they're going to do it, and they're also, believe this or not, swap facilities to buy stocks. Encouraging buyback of stocks, encouraging buybacks of stocks. Okay, this is China. All right, this is stock buybacks. Not only encouraging it.
Yeah, they've been doing that though for a while. They're just doing it in a big way now.
Lending you money to do it. And they're giving money like TELF money where you can put money out and you have no losses if you want to do it. You know how that thing works? You have only the money you put up and you don't lose money. That's a great deal for me. I want to be over there and borrow for some of this stuff. So
what about the relationship between the United States and China? How the Chinese government may or may not feel about American investors, but maybe more importantly, how the American government feels about U.S. investors investing in China too. What's the risk? How do you?
I mean, that would be a risk, and that's why you have limits on how much you would invest. However,
you just said you don't have those
the other thing I thought you were going to ask is about tariffs and stuff like that. I do not care.
Yeah.
This is internal stimulus. In the fiscal stimulus they did last night, they're going to encourage consumption, directly saying it. So they're really doing all the things that people have asked them to do over these years. So what will happen on world markets? So now you want to talk with the United States. Most of your viewers are here in the United
Or
States.
Europe or Japan.
Europe or Japan.
You started on Japan.
Okay, so we can go around the world. Obviously, this is incredibly good for very undervalued Chinese equities, okay? Especially when the government's encouraging
the buybacks.
Buybacks, and for you to take risks to buy stock.
Right.
Take a loan out, buy stock, you can't lose money on your loan. Great deal for me. I would, if you want to be Chinese, is Sorkin a Chinese name? No, okay, so sorry. Anyway, sorry. So you have, so United States, so you have this world, and so I'm trying to figure the United States, so it's not really your first plug to go to invest right now, because you would say China first, Asia second, right? Asia at large second.
Okay.
Japan, then Japan, Korea, those markets. Also, actually, Asia and Europe before Japan. And I would tell you why. The problem with, you have to be careful a little bit about Japan, although I think it's still you want to be in the equity markets. If you look what happens, if China runs and they get the economy going and you get the animal spirits going, what happens? Chinese throw a lot of money in their economy. Who's one of the biggest beneficiaries in their own economy? Is Japan. And Japan, if they start running faster,
I will say this, it's Japan, and it's actually most of Southeast Asia is going to benefit. There's tons of capital flight. New businesses aren't being created in China. The money will just continue to move overseas into those other areas to help boost up their manufacturing that's being moved out. It will just flow out. They've got tons of capital controls, but it still doesn't stop the flow. Money's going to be leaking all over the place.
I don't care what this election is, and they're worried about this candidate and that candidate. Some candidates might want to go to Abenomics, and I don't care. They don't even understand it yet. This just happened last night. The market doesn't understand it yet. What's going to happen? Japan's going to run too fast if they really stimulate there. And when Japan runs too fast, they're going to have to raise rates. And when they raise rates, the yen's going to appreciate. And if the yen appreciates, then you have to be careful about the stock market, not the stock, depending how it goes. Now,
yeah, here's the thing. We look at that every day, guys. We look at the Japanese yen carry trade every day on this channel. Right now, the dollar is weakening against the yen. We are nowhere close to where we were over here when we started breaking out and getting to levels that we were at 1987. We're nowhere close to that. And this is not a big deal because, again, the Treasury has opened up swap lines and they've got other tools in their arsenal. Just like I said, when everybody was freaking out and thought the world was ending with the Japanese yen carry trade. That's not happening, obviously, and instead it's went down here, and we're stabilizing in this range. We will make sure that we pump these markets. It's just how it works.
The stock market in yen terms used to still make money, but how much does it move or not because of how it historically does, right? So you go around the world. The U.S., listen, the problem with the U.S., and then I could go European. The European index at 14 times multiple versus a 22. Historically incredibly wide.
22 here.
21, 22, whatever you want to say for next year.
So Europe looks good.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
We're like last in Europe.
Well, Japan has the same sort of multiple right now, and you can say we have much better stocks and much bigger tech stocks and that. So the question here, where you don't have necessarily a cheap market, right? It's not a cheap market. It probably is, and I didn't listen to him. I listened a little bit, but what Cooperman said yesterday. But if you looked at it historically, it's a little overvalued. Okay, I would say that. However, I get concerned about one thing because fortunately or unfortunately, I was around in the 90s. I was around in the 80s too, but I was around in the 90s, and in that market where the Fed, cut rates into Y2K, in a good economy, right. A relatively not a bad economy, but a relatively okay economy. You had those rich in before long-term credit, rich in 97, relatively rich, richer after long-term credit, and bubble mania in 99, early 2000. So I don't love. I'm a value guy. I don't love the U.S. markets on a value standpoint, but I sure as heck won't be short.
Well,
because I would be nervous as heck about the setup, right. With easy money everywhere, a relatively good economy. And China just massive stimulus coming in. So it would make me nervous not to be somewhat long the U.S. Now, so that's how the setup is. So you can't be short the U.S. Right. You can't be short anything in Asia. Right. Anything in Asia. Nothing.
Okay, but let me ask you.
I agree with that over the short term. Over the next 6 months to a year, I agree.
Said you have to be somewhat long the U.S.
Selectively.
So that's what I was going to ask. How would you be? Where would you be selective? What looks good to you? What looks bad to you?
Some things I don't want to talk about because I might be purchasing them right now, so it will make it harder for me to buy. But
He only wants to talk about things he might sell.
yeah, that's right. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. No, but look, today, if I wanted to do chicken long China's, I'd buy, and we were buying them, but because we're just part of our China stuff, I'd buy Win and LVS. Okay, to get a sort of Chinese play with people who can't go.
Don't do any of that. Don't buy any of that shit.
There, that's kind of an interesting assumption.
Okay.
Sort of stuff.
Once we finish up with here, we got some other stuff to talk about. We'll go through more news-related events. Again, markets open in about 16 minutes, 17 minutes.
Listen, we're kind of exploring different parts of the energy side of the tech market.
Okay.
Not to name anything in particular. We own a lot of, our book has historically a lot of tech names, Meta and Google, and we still own some NVIDIA, and we own, different things. We own DRAM stocks.
You sold some NVIDIA?
Well, we sold a lot of our NVIDIA.
Stuff before, yeah.
But, listen, the stock we thought was, too high at the time and would come down. Unfortunately, we didn't buy it when it came back down.
Right.
But, so it's okay. It's really, those stocks like NVIDIA is a question. Do you have enough power, okay, for the growth? Do you have the next generation models that can take their chip? So it looks great in 24.
Powell does speak soon. We'll take a look at that too.
It looks great in 25.
We'll finish this up and we'll see if we can find where he's speaking. It might be on CNBC, so I'll jump to the live.
I have no idea in 26 and 27. I am no idea.
Yeah, I'm there too. I mean, I have ideas, but there's going to be danger in 26.
Okay, I mean, if I was good, I don't believe my analysts. I don't believe any analysts. I don't trust myself. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know how you know. There's too much.
Meet Kevin Salty while the market's rocketing. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think we got everything we're going to get out of Tepper. We're going to go live.
Is a great driver.
Hey, CEO of Micron, it looks like, or somebody talking about Micron. That's kind of interesting. Let me go back here a little bit. All right, we're going to listen to this for a second too, and then we should be getting into Papa Powell. If he's speaking, they're going to play it here.
Good morning.
Hey guys, we just surpassed 400 people. If you guys could hit the like, this is the biggest stream up. Now we're down to 300. Whatever. We had 400 people. I'm holding on to it. If you guys could hit the like, share this shit out, let people know how great this stream is.
Morning.
Good morning, Sarah. Great to be on the show. Thank you.
Yeah, especially with an 18% surge pre-market in your shares. What is the AI story underestimated for you?
AI is a great story for us. It's transforming the industry. Micron has strong products. In our fiscal fourth quarter, we delivered 93% year-over-year increase in revenue. Our fiscal year that we just ended, 62% growth in revenue. And of course, AI is a great driver. We achieved a record data center revenue and a record mix of data center revenue, which is only expected to be growing further in 25. We have multiple product lines here addressing the AI demand in data center. High bandwidth memory, where we shipped several $100 million of revenue in fiscal 24 and expected to become multiple billions of dollars in 25. And high capacity DRAM, in addition to high bandwidth memory, another big growth driver for us, expected to become multiple billions of dollars in 25. And data center SSDs, we hit a record $1 billion of revenue in fiscal fourth quarter alone, and this too will be multiple billions of dollars. So AI is a great story, frankly, not only in data center. As you look ahead at smartphone and PCs, AI-enabled smartphones and PCs are going to require more memory content. So as we go through calendar year 25, particularly accelerating in second half of...
Does anything about the economy right now indicate to you that things are slowing down? We created a GDP of France. with the economy in the last 4 years, irregardless of how you feel about politics, that's the resurgence and bounce we've seen. You see AI narratives and robotic narratives taking off like crazy. You see massive amounts of liquidity being injected from the United States, China, and all around the world. Does anything about any of this tell you that the markets are getting ready to collapse? They fucking aren't. And you can listen to me, Kevin, or you can listen to somebody who knows what they talk about. They aren't collapsing right now. It's not happening. Listen to the thumbs up. He agrees.
Calendar 25, you'll see smartphone and PCs also continuing to drive strong demand for memory.
I mean, that also might come as a surprise because people were worried about the server business, the smartphone and PC business, the cyclical.
Ronald wants to make sure that you guys know irregardless is not a word. So I apologize for using it. I'm old. Old dogs don't learn new tricks. I've learned a lot already. You guys give me a break.
The downturn, the high inventories of those products.
So we addressed that yesterday in our call. We talked about that, yes, while the sell-in is somewhat slower because of some.
There is no bearish divergence around Bitcoin right now, Mikkel. Nothing that matters. Nothing at all.
Some of the inventory that has been built in PC and smartphone for three main factors, really. First is expectation of tight supply, and smartphone and PC customers really built up some inventory to make sure that they have supply for the second important factor of AI-enabled phones and PCs that require more memory. And third, of course, taking advantage of the lower prices that existed before.
What he's saying is actually pretty awesome. Micron is going to be around for a while and making a bunch of money. That's what he's telling us right now, because all these AI-enabled phones and other devices need their memory chips. This gets me bullish on this fucking company. If they have any major pullbacks, I'm probably buying some.
In memory and building up inventories. We expect that by spring of 25, inventories will be in healthier place. And then again, going forward through the rest of the calendar 25, we see that AI-enabled phones as well as AI-enabled PCs will be driving refresh cycles in these end devices, continue to drive momentum, complementing the robust data center demand that we expect in 25. We are looking at 2025 to be.
Sorry, real quick. Alejandro, am I on the gold membership? I need to get the fastest one of whatever Visual Stocks has, so let me know. Let me know, dude. Hook me up, bro.
A record revenue year with significant improvement in profitability for Micron.
But also, as you shift your focus and attention and capex into the more profitable businesses with high demand, how does the mix?
You know what's going to be funny, Rumi? Sorry, I'm going to let Micron answer the questions here, the CEO. But I want to go over a couple of things real quick. Somebody said, morning, Alfredo said, morning, Jesse, fucking legend. Heinz says, so many smart East Indian leading U.S. companies. I wonder, is this why they bring back money to their homeland and bring innovation to that country and great places to invest in the future? It is. But there's also a lot of capital flight out of places like India. Eventually, I think some of that will slow because there'll be more. There's not just capital. There's just people that are very intelligent that leave because they look for opportunities in the U.S. and other places. I think some of that will slow. I think more people will stay in India. Kane Eve says, think PayPal can finally catch up. Dude, PayPal is going to catch up in a mean, blistering fucking way. We'll be looking at my portfolio here in a second. Mikkel Hagen, there is on the 4H, but not on the higher frames, if that's what you mean. Yeah, I'm not worried about it, is what I mean, Mikkel, in regard to bearish divergence for Bitcoin. I'm not worried remotely. Rumi, but Kevin said he's only bearish till election day. He'll get back in the market after that, while everything would be up 25% since he sold in June. That sounds great. That's probably what's going to happen. And then the market will tank after election day. Because it'll pump so hard and it'll take a breather. Just watch. Frank, irregardless, there is no second best. Michael Saylor. Thanks, Frank. Alex Garcia laughs. Matenga says, MU forward PE looks sweet. I agree. We were talking about that. And now what I'm hearing from him, it sounds like the pipeline's going to be sick. I might have to go back and re-listen to it, too, because I was trying to multitask. Matthew Tang, Powell is going to speak? Yes, I think so. Mikkel Hagen, but yeah, it does feel more like we keep climbing on this macro news. We climb the wall of worry. It's how it works. I showed you guys earlier this post from the QE Infinity guy And that QE Infinity guy had 2,400 likes on some dismal fucking post about how scary everything is getting. And what's funny about that is he's about the same size as me, and he got 2,400 likes on this post that just says the sky is falling because of the Citibank article. And that's just fascinating. Oh, by the way, guys, the Switzerland central bank has decided to cut by 25 bips. All of them are going to do this. All of them are opening up liquidity in their markets. That's the way it works. But yeah, this hard landing QE Infinity post from about Citibank, 2,400 likes. It just lets you know the mood that's out there right now, and it's completely wrong. Doug Frenchak, I still can't comment on YouTube. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Let me save that, bro. Let me get that out of here. All right. It doesn't let me fucking do that. I'll try and fix it, Jack, after this. Chad Ventures, are you going to stock up on CleanSpark eventually? Stock looks awesome. I mean, I own $200,000 in CleanSpark, so I've kind of stocked up on it, and almost all of its options that could give me 2x, the 250% I think we're getting between now and the end of the year. So yeah, I think I'm going to make 500% off CleanSpark and over $1 million in gains. I think I'm stocking up. JD, Chad, Jesse stocked up. Yeah, thank you. Rumi, I'm a lead manager at Fortune 500 from Asia. We don't take money back to home significantly or technology. Okay. All right. 500 from Asia. What about India? Bill, instead of buying bank stocks, I would put or buy PayPal and Square. Yeah, agree. Rumi, currency instability and political shit show back there makes it nearly pointless to invest or buy property. Plus, there's no stable stock market. Yeah, I agree. India has to do better. But that's the way all this stuff starts, right? That's the current condition. It's not what's coming. I think that's important. Let's listen to the rest of Micron, and then we're going to see if we have any Powell news.
Shift for you in terms of how big, for instance, the server business can get versus some of the others?
Absolutely. Data center is the big driver of growth. Server is, if you look at training as well as high-end inference, they require 5 times more memory typically in AI servers. So AI.
5 times more memory. 5 times more memory. And we know AI servers and we know AI-related cell phones like the new 16 Pro Max I'm getting that's going to have Apple Intelligence. They require more memory too. So these guys are going to be huge benefactors, guys. This is probably the next NVIDIA is what I'm thinking right now.
AI and data center is a big part of the growth, and our mix of revenue will be increasing. But with AI, and especially in the backdrop of a tight industry supply environment at the leading edge of the technology nodes, the setup is great for demand and supply in 2025, and that bodes well for a constructive financial performance, increasing the mix of our revenue toward higher profit pools. High bandwidth memory is a great example. It's a complex product, the most complex product that has been made in the memory industry yet. And Micron is leading with that product, best product with HBM, shifting that into increasing mix of our revenue in 25, and that's accretive to our gross margins. So yes, I mean, this shift toward high-value solutions is putting us in a strong position for constructive financial performance in 25.
Yeah, well, you detail that as well. Talking about a total addressable market, Sanjay, for high bandwidth to be 25 billion by calendar 25. To put that in perspective, it was 4 billion in calendar 23. All right, that's an enormous increase. That said, is 25 seen as the peak to a certain extent in terms of that kind of demand?
We don't look at that as a peak. You know, AI is a 10 to 20-year journey here. And of course, we are very early in this journey. AI is creating opportunities to transform the memory industry model. And AI memory, for example, high bandwidth memory, requires more wafers to produce the same amount of gigabytes as standard products. So that actually is a tailwind to the demand supply environment, because more memory, more wafers required to produce the same number of bits with high bandwidth memory is a headwind to supply. Demand trends are strong. So overall, the trend is strong. Of course, our industry can go through cycles, but the important thing is discipline on supply.
Are you dependent on continued increases in data center demand, so to speak?
Well, sure, but cell phone demand for AI and individual tech platforms like Alexa type devices. I shouldn't say that too loud. Fuck, it went off. And all these others, they're going to have to get smarter too, and they're going to require their memory. And this isn't going away. Everybody still needs this stuff. Everybody's ramping. Everybody's accelerating into this. So yeah, they do need that. But this is happening for at least a year, if not more. And it's going to be a new arms race that could last years and years and years.
And creation.
I'm getting really excited about Micron.
I mean, again, you're getting into things that could be gating issues, whether it's power, whether it's availability of transformers. I just wonder, to the extent that you become so levered into that particular channel, are you at risk of how many data centers can be put up in a given year and or years ahead?
So, I mean, there is no question that disruptive transformations like AI never go linearly. They can have their ups and downs. Important thing for us is that we can't just focus on the data center piece. AI is driving growth for memory content in smartphone and PCs as well. So when we look ahead, we see robust data center trends, we see robust AI-enabled demand, as well as refresh cycle in traditional servers. We see that in smartphones and PCs. So longer-term trajectory is solid for memory and storage. Important thing is, of course, continuing to build greater value for our customer base through products such as high bandwidth memory, which, by the way, is 30% lower power than any other competitive product out in the market. And as you can imagine, data centers which are power hungry, lower power, high bandwidth memory from Micron is absolutely appealing to our customer. Refresh cycle in traditional servers, we see that in smartphones and PCs. So longer term trajectory is solid for memory and storage. Important thing is, of course, continuing to build greater value for our customer base through products such as high bandwidth memory, which, by the way, is 30% lower power than any other competitive product.
What did he give a percent? I didn't quite hear it. Did he say the percent? I'm going to go back here. If you guys hear the percent, let me know. I don't know that I'm catching it.
Greater value for our customer base through products such as high bandwidth memory, which, by the way, is 30% lower power.
I think he said 30% lower power. If he said that, that's fucking amazing.
Than any other competitive product out in the market. And as you can imagine,
he did. Okay.
Data centers.
I think he said 30. I think he said 30. All right, we're going back one more time, last time. Listen real closely. I'm turning up my volume. I'm maxing it out. I'm going to blow out my eardrums.
Products such as high bandwidth memory, which, by the way, is 30% lower power.
30. He said 30. He said 30. Fuck yeah.
Power than any other competitive product out in the market. And as you can imagine, data centers which are power hungry, lower power, high bandwidth memory from Micron is absolutely appealing to our customers. And then driving more innovation as we look ahead at the roadmap.
I'm getting excited about Micron.
Closer partnership, differentiated solutions, continuing to focus on CapEx and supply growth and maintaining the discipline that Micron has shown. These are tremendous opportunities for long-term, healthy trajectory for memory and storage. And Micron is well positioned. We say that we have really the most competitive product positioning in the history of the company in the backdrop of long.
I'm a little turned on. I'm not going to lie, chicken, bro. This is fucking exciting. So now we know NVIDIA is a $3 trillion market cap, and that it just can't move that much, right? Like its chance to double is going to be really hard. But if we look over here at Micron, and again, I need to get this fixed where I get all the good metrics. It looks like I don't have them right now. So Alejandro, fix that shit, please, bro. But anyway, if we look here, this is a $106 billion market cap. This is 1/29th the size of NVIDIA, and we know they're going to be in high demand. We know that they already had revenue growth that was 93% year over year. We know their forward PE was 10.92. It's probably sub 10 now. And that we're going to see a huge ramp in this company, and the estimates show us just going straight up. This is the next NVIDIA, guys. This is the next NVIDIA, and I don't want to miss out on that. So yeah, getting a little excited.
Long-term, strong demand drivers.
S&P 500 just hit a new record, guys. New record.
Driven by AI.
So, given this very favorable setup that you're painting for us, this picture you're painting for us, Sanjay, where's the biggest challenge for you? Is it in competition, which is ramping up? Is it in supply because demand is so strong? Is it geopolitics, given what's happening between U.S. and China? What is the challenge?
Look, leading edge memory supply is in tight place, and we, of course, continuing to work with our customers to address that. Maintaining our supply discipline is an important focus area for the company. You see that, Micron absolutely focused on that. And of course, continuing to manage the mix of the business through leveraging the strength of our product portfolio toward higher profit pools of the market. That's another focus area for us. And remaining diversified in terms of addressing the end markets from data center to the edge. And market opportunities today.
All right, real quickly, while we're doing that, I'm going to jump off the visual from him. We're going to switch over here, guys, and pull in the heat map. I still want to hear what the rest of what he has to say, because this is a pretty remarkable conversation. We are seeing markets going higher. I will pull some of that up in a second since we're live here. We got to see that, and then we'll see what Powell. If you guys have any news-related events that are occurring to you, throw them in chat. We don't want to miss them. Sometimes I'm posting. I'm trying to look at news events, and I'm trying to listen to this, and I'm trying to chat with you guys. So sometimes I'm going to miss stuff. So you do your part too, and we'll be the smartest, fastest, best understood of what's going on out of any fintech channel out there.
We talked about data center and smartphone and PCs, but hey, automotive. I mean, that's another opportunity for more and more content as vehicles implement more.
Can we get 420 people? Can we?
So these are opportunities, and with respect to geopolitics, of course, what that requires is agile supply chains and a well-diversified.
PayPal's nearing 80. We're going to look at stocks in a second, guys. I know I'm getting excited too. I just want to hear the rest of this.
Global footprint in terms of customer base as well as manufacturing, and Micron has shown that we have been able to navigate through that successfully.
Okay, Sanjay, we really appreciate you joining us ahead of the open with the stock up 18% pre-market. Sanjay.
Who said they worked with Sanjay? This guy sounds fucking brilliant, man. I'm super excited about what I'm seeing here, guys. Let's get past this commercial break shit. Having a membership towards CNBC bullshit is a great site to have, because, or at least for what I'm doing, because I can get in here, I can move around, I don't have to worry about the commercials fucking my shit up. Meta. I did watch the video last night, guys. Very excited about Meta platforms too. I really hope that we're seeing Zuck turn into a good guy. I'm going to wait here because I do want to talk about that later. I do want to talk about Meta, but we need to get into the markets, guys. This is fucking crazy. Let's get in here. Let's go to the watch list real quick and just see what's happening since the markets opened. Near up 9.22%. Baba up 8.2%. People are going to make money off of these stocks. I highly encourage you. You could do it too, guys, but there's so much better things to invest in, and I won't be pulling up. I might help. If people ask me about Chinese stocks because they're positioned in them, I'll probably spend some time on it. But if I give you a lecture about how they're fucking dangerous, I'll still show you where I think support and resistance zones are, but just know my place and where I'm at and the fact and what I've told you. This is just like, it reminds me of FTX. It reminds me of Luna. It reminds me of Celsius. It reminds me of Voyager. It reminds me of all the things I told people to stay the fuck away from or get the fuck out of, and they didn't. And then they cried later on. So just remember that. Like, I'll help you with these things, but know where I stand. MicroStrategy up 4% on the day. CleanSpark up 4% on the day. AVAX, Render up. Iron up 5.25% still. Like, these things are just continuing to run. Cypher's probably taking a breath. Look at this. The Hang Seng Index, guys, up 4% on the day. AMD up 4%. Atom up 3.6%. Injective up 3.6%. Mara up 3.5%. Matic up 3.3%. The cryptos are pumping. Cypher taking a little breather, only up 3%. Coinbase up 2.9%. Optimism up almost 3%. Solana up 2.81%. Starbucks up. Everything is up. PayPal over 79, pushing towards 80, up 2% on the day. ARKG up 2%. Uranium up almost 2%. Bitcoin up almost 2%. Tesla up 1.5%. This is looking great, guys. This is looking real good. Markets are looking beautiful today. Very excited. Might do a quick trade here real quick. I'm going to pop into this other video. I want to see what we're saying here about Zuck. If you guys didn't see what they were releasing yesterday, it's cool stuff. I think Meta is going to do really well. I wish I would have held on to some of the stock. Well, I had options and I made $250,000 off of it. I can't complain. It was a really good. I got 500-600% returns, but the stock has just continued to barrel higher, and I think it will continue to. Let's listen to this real quick. I'm going to check a few things while we're doing that.
Meeting yesterday, this time, ahead of time, they unveiled, what, a $299 Quest 3 SVR headset, but it's a lot of it is still about the glasses as well.
A lot of the attention was on the glasses, a lot of what they wanted to talk about. There also was a rollout of sort of new, their AI models and things like that are, going to have some utility down the road. The stock up about 1% here.
That's the stupidest fucking comment I've heard today. There's AI models that will have some utility. Llama is open sourced, and it is probably the best AI out there right now. I think better, arguably, than ChatGPT because of the fact that they've open sourced it. So this is great. Meta, again, I'm going to give credit where it's due. Meta is awesome for open sourcing their model. They're going to build a massive ecosystem. That is a very intelligent move that they're doing. They're doing that strategically for a reason, because they know they're getting fucked by companies like Google with their store, app store, and with iOS with their app store. These are 30% fucking fees, guys, or close to it. I mean, 30% from iOS on everything they do in that fucking store. So you got to realize that they're raping the companies that are in the store, and Meta wants the ability to rape you. And so that's what they're getting ready to do. They're getting all these people into the ecosystem so that they can take advantage of the margins they can get from the ecosystem, because they felt the pain that you can feel from not being the head of the store. And so they're smart. They're smart. And I think they're going to do really, really well. Let's play. So it's a little more than just like, oh, talking about their AI thing.
Most of the commentary around the street is, okay, it's interesting that they're kind of resolute in investing in the hardware, the glasses and everything else, the VR headset.
They will be the leaders in augmented reality and virtual reality in the future. I think that's true.
But in reality, everyone's just mostly focused on higher engagement trends. All the bedrock core fundamentals continue to be strong.
That's because they lack foresight.
And I think that they continue to benefit from the overhang of doubt about Alphabet as a play on those same trends. And so, the stock continues to make new highs. It's 24 times earnings. It's now back at a premium. Not super expensive, but it feels like the street's willing to tolerate the heavy investment, continued investment in the hardware side, because they're making the number.
You know what makes me laugh is the end of 2022, Zuck was a failure. Virtual reality was a failure. It was all coming to an end. This company was never going to be successful. Zuck flipped on a fucking dime. He has changed his image so much, and I hope he's changing as a person too. He went from this weird robotic, no eyebrow fucking motherfucker to somebody who seems like a real person, who knows jujitsu, who has listened to the stock market world and said, okay, we need to cut back. We'll do that. We'll refocus. We'll do all these things. We'll increase margins. We'll get on the right track. He did all of it. And he's just been executing and excelling at performance. Now he's got a PR guy to try and get him more connected with the conservative base in case Trump wins. He seems like he's doing all the right things right now. And it's just funny how perception can change in a period of about a year and a half, from this company dying and destroying themselves and imploding to literally going up. How much has fucking Meta went up? It's a stupid number. Let's just look at this real quick while we continue this video. It is so much. Meta, I made a ton of money off of Meta, and I could have made a lot more. Look at this, guys. Just look at this. Look at this train. Look at this train in Meta. Everybody thought it was a fucking dying company down here in the 80s. And now it's 575. One person that was smart about this, Jeremy Lafarve. He called this shit. Good job, Jeremy. But you got to think about the future, guys. You can't be stuck in narratives of today. You'll lose money.
I mean, there were a number of product rollout. It wasn't just the cheaper Oculus headset, the Quest 3S, but also Orion, which is their new futuristic smart glasses that Mark Zuckerberg was wearing. That, I mean, he was very bullish. Hopes it'll lead to the next foundational shift in personal computing.
Yeah, I know James from Invest Answers has been in BABA for a while. He's quite bullish. I get that. I don't think his views on China are right. I do think he'll make a lot of money over the short term. So there are brilliant people out there who I don't agree with on everything. And I think I've spent thousands and thousands of hours on China, a lot more than I'm sure James has. So I'm better on China than he is. But yes, he could make tons of money over the short term while they bounce. Yes, I agree with that.
Julia Borston was there. She was talking to the chief product officer, which is unusual. I was just going over some of the analyst recaps of the event, and one number that stood out to me from Wedbush, the Reality Labs.
Meta is a lot bigger than Tesla. So somebody said Meta doesn't have anything on what Tesla's doing. I'm going to agree with that on a couple of reasons. A, they're a much bigger market cap. If we look over at Meta over here, guys, their market cap is $1.5 trillion probably today. With when things recalculate with the 1.32% they're up, it's probably close to 1.5 trillion. And then we have Tesla at half that. And then if you add in robotics and all the stuff that's going to be years out, I 100% agree. Tesla is the better opportunity, but I do think both of them are good. So I do agree with your comment.
Of Meta, the investments, it's an area of investor debate because it still produces a lot of losses.
They've invested so much money.
$16.7 billion operating losses over the past 12 months.
Right. That's incredible. And for a thing that's done about $2 billion in revenue.
Sure.
Yeah.
Although they,
But the glasses may bail them out maybe at some point. I don't know.
And they also increasingly, analysts and Wedbush was bullish on the name, increasingly think it's going to be more tied to the core business, the core story as AI sort of takes over the company.
Right. Well, data. AI, of course, being their open source Llama. They have the 3.2 model now. Expanded business AI chatbots were also unveiled. Things like customer support. Take a listen to what Zuckerberg had to say at the conference.
A lot of the stuff that we've been talking about for a long time.
It says like Out, Zuck, Nif. It seems like it's a different language. Can anybody read that?
All right, glasses, mixed reality, AI. It's happening. And we can start to see how the future of computing and the future of human connection are going to look. And it's pretty awesome.
By the way, Mark's changed his look dramatically. I
Yeah,
don't know.
he has.
Sometimes that can be a tell.
Hey guys, I'm looking through latest news events too, so I'm trying to pay attention to chat, and I'm trying to see if there's anything new, see if there's any interesting stuff from Jerome Powell while this is playing. So as I find that, I'll interject here, but I'm gonna let this play a little bit more.
Well, maybe you wanted to buy the stock when he.
Meta making digital crack cocaine. Yeah, Meta. I look at Meta as the potential to do good things, but also the potential to enslave us inside of the machine. So I kind of agree, definitely. Pinyu, probably his own language. Some things might not have changed. I hope it's more than that. Shale says, Zuck's fit says, out Zuck, out nihil, a play on the classic Latin phrase of out Caesar, out nihil, roughly either Caesar or nothing. Interesting. So what is he trying to say with that?
He changed his look. I mean, what do you think, Sarah? Way better right now.
That's last year.
Yeah, just a year ago.
Well, he's grown out his hair.
Yeah.
He's not wearing a hoodie.
No.
He ditched the hoodie a while ago, I guess.
Yeah, it scares me. He kind of looks like over here on the left, he looks like Julius Caesar, and it scares me if he's saying he's Julius Caesar. That's the part I'm trying to understand that. I don't know. Maybe it's out with the old version of Zuck and in with the new. I don't know, man.
I don't get the oversized t-shirt thing, but
He's been working out a lot.
Yeah, he looks great. Well done, Mark. At 40 years old or whatever he is, he's looking well. All right, back to.
I was just going to say though, when it comes to Meta, I mean, the street, they might as well call Reality Labs.
Oh my God, we got Elon Musk shitting on Sam Altman here, guys. This is funny. Sam Altman is Littlefinger. So look at this. Look at this. This is Sam Altman with his crew. Oh my God, I love Elon Musk so much. I love this man so much. Sorry, back to it. I'm gonna actually. So they're kind of highlighting stuff. They're not really getting interesting. I'm just gonna see what else we have here. We had some aero defense stuff. NASDAQ stock price is higher. UFC TKO. Let me see here. That defense stuff sounded interesting. Let's see if they have anything. All right, let's start here.
Bring up ITA as the
I'll let you know if I find better news.
defense and aerospace ETF because
No, what did Elon do? He quoted a mint. What did he say? If you look at,
a 2-year chart of this, it's hard for investors to process the geopolitical risk right now, especially when we're in a sweet spot of macroeconomic sort of news. But the headlines today, IDF tells troops to prepare for a possible ground attack.
It looks like we have breaking news. Deutsche Bank expects China, to deliver 64,000 cars in September, up 48% year over year. 48% year over year from the analysts at Deutsche Bank. The Hitler Bank, for people that don't know, old school. That's exciting, though. That's exciting. That's good stuff. Let's keep listening.
China fires long-range missile into the Pacific. Japan, every day we continue to get these headlines that are moving us closer to a trickier position, potentially.
All right, real quickly. So it looks like Elon Musk called out, or I should say Joe Rogan called out Sam Altman, and Elon Musk said bullseye. Now, these guys have a relationship. He invested in this company, so I want to hear what he has to say. It's 29 seconds. Let's see.
Do you know?
Oh, it's loud. 1 second, guys. I wish I could get like some normalizer for volumes.
Sam Altman, the head of OpenAI, he's always kind of said, I'm not doing this for money. I don't make any money. And they just busted him in a $4 million Koenigsegg. See if you can find that car. Oh, I don't need money. But money? I'm not even interested in money. He's driving around a $4 million Koenigsegg. There he is. Hi, busted. Hey, bro. I think you like money. You have a $4 million car and you're involved in artificial intelligence. Like, you don't buy one of those unless you really want to get rich.
Yeah, that's probably true. I'm going to agree with that. All right, let's keep playing over here.
All-out war. And, these stocks in the defense space have performed well as production ramps, as demand continues to increase from all parts of the world. So just worth noting, it's not moving that much today, but good-looking chart over the last
year.
It's been one of the stronger areas within industrials, especially over the last year or so. Usually it'll trade. Look, we didn't shut down the government. That's how it trades sometimes, is based on, DC stuff, or we actually going to talk about spending less on defense, or we're going to miss some payments there. It never happens, but the stocks kind of trade off on that sometimes.
Yeah, all out war. But on the other hand, we got a chart that looks good.
Exactly.
So there's that.
Just trying to bring it back to the markets, David.
Yeah, I know, but you did throw in the all-out war in there. That was a little scary. All right, let's move.
What do you think when you hear troops on the ground?
I want to talk about Jeffries, actually. The stock is down, but it's worth mentioning because sometimes it can be a tell for...
yeah, here we are. So Elon Musk took Amit's post. That's awesome. Good. Congrats, Amit. I've only got a nice from Elon Musk. I didn't get a whole sentence. This is fucking great. Elon Musk, you can't just convert a nonprofit into a for-profit. That's illegal. And so, again, he's got his lawsuit out there. They're probably just going to up the stakes even more, guys. This guy's driving a $4 million Koenig. I just want to say, I think the dude is evil. I think he's an evil person who's disingenuous, and I don't like him at all.
The bigger investment banks / banks as well, and they've had quite a year. You can take a look at the stock price itself. And by the way, it's about a $16 billion market value now. They have about 253 million shares outstanding. Japanese SMBC has about 14.5%. A lot of that is non-voting, so it may not show up in some of the share counts. They've added what?
All right, I'm going to keep playing this for a little bit. If there's any new news events, please throw them in here, guys. I'm going to make probably just a couple of trades and post them real fast, okay? Jesse, Discord, where do you post your daily buys and sells? Yeah, I can show you. So if you're in the Discord, guys, voice channels are at the top where people can jump in and talk to each other. Down here, we have socials, so you'll see my YouTube channel stuff. You'll see my X stuff. There's the welcome screen. You can hide that if you want to. That's what I would do if you've been in here a while. You got general where you have chat suggestions and questions. Right underneath that's my portfolio. You should be able to see today's trades in here. You shouldn't be able to comment. If you guys can't see this stuff, let me know. There could be a permission issue. But my portfolio allocation, and it looks like there's just been too much chatter. We're turning that off for people where they can't comment on here. They'll just be able to react because I want to keep it clean and at the top. But today's trades right there. Portfolio allocation right here, and then charts consolidated, the one view right here, and then there's a bunch of other stuff down below where I'll have the individual charts, and you can talk about specific things that you're interested in, like, optimism or Solana. There's dialogue going on with all of these, but that's where you should find it. If you can't find it, let me know. I'm going to go ahead. I still can't trade an Ally. They say I don't have an account. Fucking stupid shit. It's like my biggest account. It's like, there's no holdings in this account. Ally is such trash sometimes. Not too often, but all these exchanges every once in a while just break.
I think over 1,000 people during the downturn, and they rank fairly highly in a number of areas, hence why the stock has done well. That said, the reaction to earnings right now.
Hey, there's a headline. Gensler confirms Bitcoin not a security. That's probably the only decent thing he said in a while.
Not particularly strong, although they generally had some very positive things to say about the capital markets in terms of where they are. Net revenue, $671 million. They were down 3%. That's from the last quarter, but up 28% from the same quarter of last year, citing solid overall market conditions.
This doesn't look that interesting. I can't pull up my account in Ally right now. I'm just going to see if there's anything else in here. Otherwise, we're going to cover stock-related news, guys. Other events that are things that are out there. So, okay, it doesn't look like we have too much here. I'm going to continue to play this. I'm going to mute it. I'm going to drop it out of view. We're going to move on to other stuff. All right, let's get back to it. So I don't know if there's anything interesting that I've seen in regard to any of the Fed chairs that are speaking. Let me just type in the word Fed and see what we have here. 1 second. Let me go back here. Sorry. Search Fed. Let's see what we got. Squawk Bach. I thought that the Fed did this last week would lead to China easing. Okay, we already watched that. Just in. Citi says hard landing imminent. Stupid. Just in. First post-rate cut speech. Fed Chair Powell doesn't comment on monetary policy. So nothing to see here. So that's the gist there. There's nothing to see. China announces multiple rate cuts. Again, they've been doing that for the last 2 days. That's good. This is the one where doom and gloom wins. Stonewall, the Fed delivered the rate cut and Treasury yields spiked. Okay, all right. None of this. This is all boring. There's nothing happening here. Let's go back. We're going to go to other Bitcoin-related news and then Tesla-related news and then just other related news for all the investments that I have, guys. There's lots of good stuff happening. Let's go over to, and Meta up 1.4% today. But let's go back here. I want to go to the watch list, and I want to see where things are sitting, even though I can't fucking trade them. Near is up 10.62 now. That's looking good for the shit coins. Bonk is up almost 7%. Doge is up 5.3. CleanSpark up 5% now. Can anybody get their Ally account to work? Do you guys have Ally at all or any of these others? Maybe add your Discord link to YouTube description. I already did. It might not be, I can put it down below in the YouTube video, but if you look at my channel up at the top where it says like links or something like that, you'll see Discord in there. And if anybody wants access to the Discord, here is where you go to get it. It is this. And I'm happy to type it too, or if somebody else wants to, you could do that. That is the Discord. If you guys want to set up, you should be able to sign up in there. If you have any issues with it, they have a ticket system. I did take a look and get caught up with them yesterday. I haven't looked at them today, so I'll do that. Can't see trades here anymore. Can you guys see that? Can you guys see? No, you won't see them. So here's the deal. You won't see my trades. The only two places you can see my trades are going to be on Discord and on X. So if you're subscribed to one of those, I'll be posting at least to one of them. I think you should subscribe to both. You can have YouTube at $2. I don't know. I like X better, and I'm going to have exclusive content that I'm posting to X. You'll see my trades in there, and you'll see them on Discord. My Ally isn't working either. Okay, all right, so Ally's broken. If Ally's broken, there's probably a bunch that are broke. But we're seeing 5% up on CleanSpark, still going up. 5% on Mara, guys. Render's up. The shitcoins are just up. Everything is looking good. MicroStrategy still up almost 4% on the day. This all looks beautiful. PayPal up 3% on the day. Woof. I'm going to get 10x that. I could be up 30% on my PayPal. I could be in the green right now if I fucking knew. That's exciting. Oh, we do have some OpenAI news. We might jump to that, guys. Tesla's up 1% still on the day. It's just a good-looking day, guys. Really good-looking day. I'm loving what we're seeing today. Let me see what they're talking about with OpenAI. I might actually jump back here, but let's see if there's any other news. I can always go back into that. So let's just go over here real quickly and make sure that we don't have any Bitcoin news. There's a few things I want to share in here. And so one thing, Athena just announced STB, a fully collateralized backed stablecoin by BlackRock Biddle in collaboration with Securitize. I won't touch that shit. I won't touch their ETF. I won't touch their stablecoins. I'm starting to like Larry Fink and almost believe him, but there's just, the company is sketchy to me. This is Caleb talking about how Bitcoin is getting ready to break out. I do agree with that. Let's look at Bitcoin's price and see if we're getting there. Bitcoin is at 64.4. This is such a key breakout zone, guys. I'll take out what I believe it's going to do. We are pressing up against this fib level right here, guys. If you can see this, this is a thing of beauty. This is what you want to see. This is us getting ready to break out on Bitcoin, and I think it could happen by this weekend, beginning of next week at the very latest. We're getting ready to go up, and we could see a 42% increase in Bitcoin. The amount of money I would make off a clean spark and just other Bitcoin-related investments would be sick. 3 million maybe maybe 4 million in a short period of time, not including my personal hodl stack. This is just really exciting stuff, and it's getting ready to happen, guys. It's right in front of us. So if you can't see that this is right in front of you, it is now. It's right there. Pay attention. And it does look like there's some interesting stuff being said about OpenAI. I will jump back to that in a second. I just want to make sure that we're getting all the stuff out there for news. And again, we have more data coming in for economic data, guys. It looks like pending home sales is coming in at 9. That's roughly 2 minutes from now. So we will be jumping to that in a second. Bitcoin Archive. BlackRock Bitcoin is not a risk-on asset. I actually disagree with this. So now is my opportunity to shit on Larry Fink, if he's the guy who said this. BlackRock's head of digital assets says that, no, I don't think that's Larry, somebody else, that just because Bitcoin is a risky asset does not mean it is a risk-on asset. The drivers of Bitcoin long-term are very different from what's going to drive equities and other so-called risk assets, and in some cases, they might actually be inverted. That's fucking stupid. The timing could be different. Bitcoin has an inflation rate that drops by 50% every 4 years. It is the most liquid, best form of money we've ever seen on this planet as a store of value at the very least. Whether or not the Lightning Network becomes prevalent or not, it is the best store of value on the planet. And so this is just a stupid statement, because if it's a risk-on market, it means it's a money printing market, which means it's going to do really good. If it's a risk-off market, it could also be seen as something that is good. And from BlackRock's own fucking reporting of 6 major political events that happened since the beginning of 2020, with COVID, with the things going on with Iran and Israel, with the invasion from Russia, with all of the things that have happened, Bitcoin was the greatest returner when you compared it to the S&P and gold over a 60-day time frame. So it is the risk-off asset. It is the risk-on asset. It's the fucking everything asset. All you need to do is find its cycle and make sure that you follow the flow. So that's a fucking stupid comment from whoever the head of digital asset is. He sounds like a fucking moron. Larry, you should fire him. Bitcoin Archive. Financial institutions are experimenting with Bitcoin-backed lending. This will be the hugest next step in Bitcoin, will be that you can have these guys custodying, and they will literally borrow you money, shitty worthless dollars, in order to be able to purchase things and spend while they hold your Bitcoin. This is a thing. I wouldn't give them too much of it, but this is a thing. If the markets in the world start to look like it's falling apart, make sure you understand how quickly you can withdraw your Bitcoin from these guys. But this is another leg higher, guys. Matt Vins said, how does this work? It's got Solana. Let me see what he's talking about. Oh, I posted yesterday about the fact that I made $3,200 off of stake Solana on Coinbase in the last 8 to 9 months. Not bad if you ask me. People are like, I got double with that using blah, blah, blah and something else under this one site. I don't give a shit about any of that. I'm doing Coinbase because it's simple. This is my 3rd cycle. I'm just making some money on here. I can unstake this and I can get the money out, I think, within 48 hours. So this is a great way for me to earn interest at 4.87%. It might even be 5 now for some people. It's easy money. It's easy money, right? And it gets me more Solana. And when I think we're getting anywhere close to the top, I'll be unstaking it because I want to be able to sell it very quickly. And again, you can be on another site in some foreign country, but if you got more than 10,000, you guys better be doing your reporting. I forget which agency you have to report to, but if you have over $10,000 in foreign currency on an exchange in a different country, you're technically supposed to be reporting that to the government, and I wouldn't not want to be doing that. So that was my point that I wanted to make on here, is that I'm okay with the lower interest rate. Solana, again, guys, has 10x the traffic of Ethereum, and it's got 20% of the market cap. If we go back over here and we sort this, again, one more time here, if we go into this, and instead of sorting it by this, we sort it by market cap for the bubble size, There's Ethereum. There's Solana. Solana is a much smaller baby, and you can see which one's going up. And so Solana could be the size of Bitcoin when the cycle ends. Bitcoin could be much, much bigger. And maybe not the size of Bitcoin, but definitely bigger than Ethereum is now. And the bubble doesn't do it justice. But Solana can go a lot bigger. It's a better asset than Ethereum. And again, I own layer 2 Ethereum solutions. At least those are making some money today. Ethereum is not. All right, let's keep going into the Bitcoin segment here. Marty Party. Oh, yep. Marty Party says someone is holding the beach ball underwater. I said I agree. It's underwater and they're getting tired. The Wolf of Wall Street said Visa to launch RWI tokenization platform on Ethereum in 2025. Again, all these companies were in the stage where they try and work with you because they're desperate and they don't want to fail. Income Shark says one of the biggest mistakes people have with trading microcaps and memes is they take profits on the strong runners early and then chase losers and round trip profits. Shaving small profits on the way up while holding good entry in a strong project is key. Income Sharks has like 540,000 people following on here. I said you ain't lying. This is also kind of universal across all of investing, but definitely most pronounced in shitcoins. I think we even had a conversation about this, or maybe it was something else. But Income Sharks is my boy, and he's very wise. He's very wise, and I definitely would encourage you guys to listen to him. Again, all this other stuff, Volcano Money, all this, I think we're caught up on that. Let's jump over to Tesla real quick. And then again, I'll probably get back to this OpenAI conversation because that appears to be something. Let me refresh. Oh, what the fuck? Is anything working today? My exchange isn't working today. My Tesla bookmarks aren't working today. Can anybody tell me is anything working today? I guess the stocks are. Let's go back to that. Let's look at what's to invest today, guys. Nope, don't want that. Let's see. Bitcoin 64.4. I think we're so ready to break out, guys. It's just we're on the doorstep of it. Let's look over here. I'm just going to go to the watch list. Let's look at miners, actually. Let's do that first. Let's go to the miner watch list and just focus on that. Separate out the noise. I need to create the rest of these groups. I'll do that. Bit Digital today up almost 7%. CleanSpark up almost 6%. Mara up almost 6%. MicroStrategy up 4.5%. Hut up 3%. See how these all start to catch up, guys? Cypher isn't the one. If you threw all your money in Cypher, now you're wishing it was in Bit Digital or CleanSpark or Mara. Yeah, don't chase. Don't chase. It's the best way to get wrecked. It's the same kind of, like, just don't chase. Don't chase. Hold, ride out the storm. You'll do much better if you do that. People that chase lose. You buy on lows. You're not a chaser. You're a dip buyer on multi-year trends. You swing trade. You don't chase stupid shit over short time frames. That's how you lose your money. Near is up 11.3. Bob is up almost 8. Bonk is up almost 8. CleanSpark 6.5. Again, all this stuff is moving, guys. This is all just really beautiful to see. Let's look at PayPal, up almost 3%, up at almost $80 on the day with PayPal. Let's look at some individual charts while we're waiting here for my exchange to come back or anything else to work. I told you guys that this was probably going to be 3 white soldiers, okay? 3 white soldiers. This is a perfect representation of 3 white soldiers, what we're seeing right now. Our fourth higher high, we've got a gap. We got the next fib level at 83. That's really going to be the key. I don't know what I'm up right now on PayPal, but it's good. But if we ended the week with this, we've got a beautiful 3 white soldiers play, which means just a rocket shipped into the upper 90s, getting close to 100. So right now, that with my 10x play on this, that would be, I can get a 10x multiplier off of this. That would be 230% in returns on my PayPal. That would put me deep in profits, probably at least $500,000 or more. And so this is how it works, guys. So no longer am I the person who's down big on PayPal. I'll be the person who is up big on PayPal. And to all those people that talk shit, so many relentless people that talk shit about my PayPal play, I just want to remind you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. This is how you make money. You don't act like a little bitch and run away from things when you understand what the investment actually entails. So, fuck you. If this is my worst fucking play, fuck you. Fuck you. All right, I'm done. Back to chat. Oil down 4%. Love to see it. Love to see it. Let's run through things, guys. We got a lot of tickers. Let's see how the indices are doing. We do have, we have to get to the economic data first, then back to indices. Pending home sales down -3%, which is better than expected at -6%. So pending home sales have gotten better. And this is a horrible metric. This is the year over year, but you can see where we it's just in one of the deepest routes we've seen in ages, right? One of the deepest routes in ages, and we're bouncing up, we're consolidating, we're creating a bull flag on pending home sales. And yes, that can play out just like it would with TA and anything else. Looks great. Let's move on. S&P up 0.52%. I plotted, I don't know where I have my little thing over here. I thought I had it over here. I don't know where the fuck it went. I'll draw it again. So here's what I plotted, guys. Something like this, bringing us higher to the next fib. And it might take a while. It's actually probably going to be way longer than this. I'm going to kind of do something like this. I think this is the appropriate way to look at it. It is towards the next fib at the .786. I've got it timed out to about March of 2025. I think that's legit. I think we'll do, if you look at the trend here, guys, what I think we'll do is something like this, right? We'll do this continued trend kind of like this and probably hit the 6,500 level on the S&P by March. If that's true, holy fudgin' fudge. This is going to be crazy. So S&P looks beautiful. Love what we're seeing there. Let's move on. And I'll try and get caught up with chat. I'm just going to roll through a couple of indices and a few things real quick, and then we'll go back to chat, guys, and I'll start answering questions. We'll need to start looking at indices in a little bit. Again, I think we're doing this to 10:30, maybe even 11. I ain't fucking around today. We're getting caught up. Another beautiful day for the NASDAQ, getting ever closer to that 21.2 level at the next fib extension. This thing is just screaming higher. I think eventually it will start to lag, but today ain't one of those days, as it looks to be better than the S&P. The Russell's starting to get caught up, not quite up to the NASDAQ, or I guess it is the lead accelerant today. It's actually beating the NASDAQ and beating the S&P. We love to see that. We love to see breadth expansion. We talked about that yesterday in a nice, pretty looking chart. The dollar, let's see what's going on with the dollar. The dollar today is flat. Oh, it looks like it wants to roll over. Can it bounce, though, and go up here to the 102 range? Yes, it can. I've said that before. I don't know why all my little charts are gone. Whatever. Did I kill them? Did I kill them over here? No. Okay. Whatever. I had like my little lines. They're gone. Don't know what that's about. Nothing working right. Gold. Gold is at a new all-time high, or right near it. It was earlier today, 0.26%. You've made 38% in 13 years. How pathetic. Oil. Oil down 3.5%, looking like it wants to roll over, guys. Remember, if it rolls over, it can go further down than it could up. Very interesting to see that happen. I think that's a sign that people believe that Trump is going to win. We'll see. Oh, and I do need to make another election political video, at least in regard to all of the election details as far as polling and just legitimate polling, not just the bullshit, so that you guys actually know what's happening. The MOVE index, again today, down. All my drawings are gone. Why are they gone, TradingView? What the fuck happened here? My inverse head or my head and shoulders pattern that I had in here is gone. So I'm missing a bunch of these things. I have no idea where they went, but whatever. This is good. It means bottom volatility is down. That's good for stocks. We can see that today. But it's here. I got my little lines here. What the fuck? Anyway, so it looks like we're finding some strength. We are oversold on the weekly for the 2-year. So again, I'm starting to lean towards this, guys. I'm leaning towards this where we go up a little bit through the end of the year on the 2-year, and then we roll over. I think that's very possible. So I'm going to save that because I think that's my latest thought. The inversion, how are we uninverting, guys? Oh, we came back down a little bit. And my fucking drawings are gone here too. Son of a biscuit eater. Ah, it's annoying as fuck. I don't know. That's never happened. So I don't know why all of these. Oh, there we go. Oh, weird. Okay. So I had more drawings in here just showing chop. You guys were here yesterday. I don't lose my mind. It was there. Anyway, so I think that is still probably going to happen. At least one of my lines is on here. I don't know. All right. The yen. Let's look at the yen. We're just going to roll through these main charts, guys, and then we'll get to the rest. So the dollar now is up a little bit against the yen. Nothing to worry about, though, like the Japanese carry trade unwinding. We're still super far away from the 161 level where things get scarier. So I'm not worried about it. Again, they have swap lines in place. The Treasury is going to work really hard to keep these people happy. The yuan against the dollar. The dollar weakens against the yuan. We like this. There should be an ascending triangle here. Maybe it'll populate eventually. I don't know. Ruble. The ruble, the dollar's getting stronger against the ruble. That's tough on Russia. And I think, the put-call ratio continues to go down. I showed you this yesterday, guys. the path after a major impulse is down, which means markets go up and people don't buy insurance. We will buy insurance, though. We'll start buying it before other people. I can tell you that much. All right. I'm just going to keep... I'm going to stop here. I'm going to get caught up with chat. We're going to pull up the stock market heat map so people can see how we're sitting. And looking pretty good. Tesla's still up 1% on the day. Looking pretty healthy. Let's just see here. While we're doing that, I'm going to roll through chat and see what else we have to talk about. All airline stocks are pumping. Interesting. Cool. What exchange do you use to view your portfolio value? It depends on what it is. I have Ally. I have so many exchanges, Koala. I have so many, dude. Chicken Bro, all airlines pumping. Oil down 4%. Saudis pumping. Oil like Powell going to print money. Well, and we've got record oil creation too, and we're going to do more of that. Plus, if Trump gets into office, we're gonna deregulate and open up the energy markets in the United States. Right now, I don't think people know this. Chamath talked about it yesterday in his interview with Joe Rogan, or at least I think it was him. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Great interview, by the way. It's like 2 hours and 45 minutes. But he talked about how the energy markets in the United States are strange because essentially we have these agreements with a lot of them, except for Texas. Texas has open markets. They had problems, but now that they're doing Bitcoin mining, all those are gone. And now they have Tesla there too with their energy division. And so all the problems that Texas had are gone now. And they're probably the best energy market in the United States of America. But outside of that, we have these agreements where it's like, oh, okay, in the Midwest, we got Xcel Energy and a few other smaller ones. But Xcel will be the main producer, and you can continue to just keep jacking up energy prices, even though the base commodities for these are going down year after year. You can keep jacking up these prices as long as you build out the infrastructure a little bit more. Chamath said that we need at least $1 trillion in additional infrastructure, and he still thinks that that's not going to be enough in the years ahead. So what we want is Trump to deregulate that space and allow the energy markets to build out based on demand and make the profits from these energy providers fucking go away. So that if the government's incentivizing oil production, if they're incentivizing renewable energy, if they're incentivizing just energy production as a whole, which we're going to see in the future, especially if Trump gets in there, if we're incentivizing all of this to occur, then you will start to see prices actually come down for people instead of constantly fucking going up because there's no reason for it. If oil starts to plummet, we should see that. Oh, Janet Yellen's going to be speaking soon, guys. The second that happens, we'll be going over to her. Let me just pop it up over here. I'll keep that up while I'm talking, okay? So we'll go over to this in a second. But yeah, so the energy markets can get a hell of a lot better than they are right now. And I don't think a lot of people realize how rigged they are, but we're going to see major changes in the energy markets that are going to be super beneficial for the United States and for individuals. And again, it helps the bottom rung. The bottom rung doesn't like high gas. They don't like high electricity. They don't like high natural gas prices. They don't like paying a ton of money for stuff. In the future, they won't have to. And that's going to help a ton. Rumi says, Epic, TFB, you blocked all of them. They can't hear you. Lol. I blocked all of... Who blocked what? Sorry, TFB? BD, Jesse, what levels do you plan to shave a little off of on PayPal? Good question. I will be doing some. We can talk about that in a second here. I don't want to get too deep on it. Again, resistance levels, though, are the big ones. So right now, I might sell just a little bit. God, even my fucking fib is gone. Where is everything? TradingView is having issues, guys. I don't know what it's about. Everything. There we go. There's some. The internet is having issues today. I think it's because the stock market's going up. So I might shave a little bit around here. It'll be a very small amount. My exchange, again, isn't even working. And I think when we get to 83, this is a beautiful... We could even pause here, guys. This is way more bullish than I expected. We're doing better than I expected with PayPal. And there's so much good PayPal news today. Let me look over here real quick. We got Janet Yellen coming real quickly before she comes, though. I do want to show you just some of this PayPal news because it's fucking beautiful. Let me go back. Just lots of really good things happening in the PayPal world, guys. It's only getting better. This company is going to be one of the best run in the business. I think their ad revenues are going to start to explode. Crossroads said PayPal continues to expand PP. So this is their basically full suite of products for PayPal. It's PayPal Complete. Braintree for SMBs, small businesses, with its launch in China. Unlike other Western payment entities, PayPal's China branch is wholly owned themselves. That's fucking amazing. Again, it's like Tesla. Think like Tesla. Then Bitcoin Archive says PayPal now lets 30 million merchants withdraw Bitcoin to external wallets. That's kind of a big deal. Again, this is just like, and then PayPal yesterday, Alex Chris said, They said PayPal CEO provides a bit more confirmation on that vision as PayPal continues its omni-channel approach. Dr. Anonymous said, any plans on allowing customers to pay with crypto in stores and online. So we know that that's happening. We know now that they can withdraw the crypto to external wallets, and we know that they're expanding into China. If you're not bullish on PayPal, guys, you don't know what's happening. All right, we're going to jump over here. It looks like we got Janet Yellen getting ready to speak. Let's listen to that.
Fed's 10th annual U.S. Treasury Market Conference currently underway right here in Lower Manhattan. Steve Leisman is live. He's got a very special guest. Steve.
David, thanks very much. I am here just a couple blocks away from you at the NYSE with Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen. Thank you for joining us, Madam Secretary.
My pleasure. Thanks for the invitation.
So we're here at the Treasury Conference, and we're going to talk. They're going to be talking about stability. You're going to give a speech soon about stability in the market. Some things have seemed to work out right. Are we past the period of time where you have concerns about the balance sheets of banks and their exposure to high interest rates? And then what are the risks that you're concerned about? You mentioned in your speech stable coins. You mentioned the non-bank financial sector.
Yes. So we want to make sure through our work with the Financial Stability Oversight Council and more broadly that we have a well-functioning financial system that can contribute to growth. With respect to the banking system, I believe it's well capitalized, and we did see risk materialize a year ago. I think we've dealt with those successfully. It did show, though, that a vulnerability is a high level of uninsured deposits in parts of the banking system and inadequate access to the liquidity that's needed to be able to address deposit runs. The deposit runs were.
Okay, so yeah, none of these are issues anymore because even though we have FDI insurance only set at $250,000, they basically guaranteed after the Silicon Valley Bank disaster and others that everybody is insured. The only people that aren't insured are investors in the bank. So people that are invested in the stocks for these banks, they can lose everything in those stocks. But the banks, the federal government is going to be insuring all of it. They're going to be providing liquidity with all of it, which is why we don't have to worry about bank runs anytime soon, which is a very important thing to note. In Benedict, we will talk about PayPal more with the January 2025s. I understand you probably fucked on them. If we get a really rapid increase, if you get to the 98s and like between now and the end of the year, I would probably get the fuck out of those and take your loss personally. Chicken Bro says TradingView doesn't show my drawings either, so we'll just assume that those are broken for now. Let's listen to what the rest of Janet Yellen has to say.
Large and very rapid. And so a good deal of thought is going into how to shore up the liquidity, the access to the Fed's discount window.
Yeah, in case you might not like Janet Yellen. I don't know that she's the right person for the job, but for right now, for pumping markets and ensuring that everybody has the liquidity that they want in US dollars, she's doing a damn good job. So is that good for our economy over the long term? I don't think so, but for us getting rich over the next 6 months, she's doing great.
For banks that do have uninsured deposits.
Are you looking to Congress to guarantee deposits over $250,000? That's Congress's mandate now, not something that you can do really broadly under Treasury Federal Reserve mandate.
So I really think this is up to Congress. The FDIC issued a report, discussed some possibilities. This is for Congress. But in terms of access to liquidity, better.
We're going to make that fucker go burr.
Functioning of the discount window, making sure that banks are prepared to borrow from the discount window quickly. This is something that the banking regulators are working on and discussing.
Mm-hmm. If you don't mind, let's shift to talk about the economy. Some revisions to GDP this morning told us we didn't have 2 negative quarters in 20.
I'm sorry, Bitcoin 65K? Did we say Bitcoin 65K? Are we breaking out right now? Oh my God, we're getting ready to. Fucking A, dude. I'm going to have to breathe. Today's going to get weird. Today's going to get weird, guys. We're going to make too much money. And the best part is we can't sell anything, which is actually probably good. We'll get back to Janet Schmellen here in a second. She's got to smell bad. She's just so old. I shouldn't say that. I smell worse now that I'm 47, so shouldn't say that. Anyway, this is beautiful, guys. We're getting ready to break out. Bitcoin is getting ready to break out. It's just like, it is mentally exhausting. We just broke 65K. It is, If you guys could hype up this video on X, comment that we broke past 65K on my video, it would be great. Don't celebrate too early. Dude, I know this market so well, Sammy. It's okay. We can celebrate. So it's just you wait a long time, and then you have to deal with all this negativity from like 66,000 or 62,000 people that follow you online, and just the pain and suffering that they're going through, hoping that you're right, but not making money, maybe losing money for periods of time, like PayPal. I feel your pain for the January 2025 calls. It's painful to lose money. It really is. It's painful to be wrong about timing, especially when you think you're going to win moon. You know, it sucks to have those things happen, but eventually you get there. And when it does, it's just like a huge emotional release of pain and suffering. We're pushing up against the $65,000 wall, guys. It's only a matter of time before we break through it. It's going to happen by this weekend, and we're all going to get really rich. We have a 3 white soldiers pattern coming here too. It's going to happen right about up here on this red resistance line in the 67, 68 range. That will be a 3 white soldiers that we'll see on Bitcoin. It's going to be a beautiful time. We're going to make shit tons of money. This is the time where you just enjoy your family today. When you get off of this, like, take the fucking day off. Just touch grass, enjoy life, because this is the kind of stuff where it's like life is going to be good. So enjoy it. Yeah, I got to get emotionally damaged is on the soundboard in Discord. I got to use that too. But this isn't emotionally damaged. This is whatever the opposite of that is, guys. The pressure release. I like that, David. This is where things change. This is where things change. We're going to actually inside. Do I even have the ability to do this anymore? Real quickly in OBS, I'm probably going to keep Bitcoin off to the side. Oh no, you know what? I'm going to put Bitcoin in the bottom right corner. Just give me 1 second, guys. I got to fix something real quick. Oh, I lost that too. Let me fix my docs real fast. Scene transitions, vertical stream information. No, vertical sources. I want horizontal sources, I think. Just, what the fuck? Where's my stuff? Nope, that's it. Scene transitions. Is that it? Scene transitions. Nope, that ain't it. 1 sec. I'm trying to fix my docs here, guys. You guys just talk amongst yourselves for a second. I had something that I broke, and I got to fix it. See, scene sources. I don't even see sources on here. Let me take that off. Let me add it back and see if it redocs. Sources. Where did you go, sources? Where did you go? All right. I don't know where my sources is. I was going to try and fix this, but if I can't find it, that's a problem. I don't want to reset docs. Full heighted docs. I might fuck this all up, but I'm going to do it. Reset docs. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I'll figure it out later. So I was going to put Bitcoin in there just to where we could track it and look at it, but I'm going to leave it alone right now, guys. I'm going to leave it alone. We'll get back to Janet Yellen now. This is just fucking great, guys. We're at 65.2. If we keep screaming higher, you guys in chat, let me know, and we'll jump back over to it. For now, let's just listen to Yellen talk about how she's going to pump our bags. This is a great time, guys.
2022, generally upward. Gross domestic income came towards GDP, which is obviously a kind of thing only for the wonks in all of us here.
Can somebody check on Meet Kevin? Is he okay today? Can somebody check on him?
Broadly, do you see us heading towards a soft landing? And do you feel like inflation is sufficiently under control?
Well, I do. I think that all of the indications we're seeing both.
Whoa, Benedict. So you're down on your 2025. What are you at? I'm up 200% on my January 2026 calls for PayPal. Fuck yeah, dude. Okay, so you lost. So that's 3 times your 2025. Okay. Well, then I would be patient on the 2025 and see if we get to that upper 90s level, and then maybe dump your shit, drop your load, or sell a little bit on the way up. Just to recoup some of your losses. But that's fucking awesome, dude. So you're really winning. You're winning in PayPal. I love to hear that.
In the labor market with respect to inflation.
Oh, Kevin isn't even live right now? Ouch. Okay. So he needs a breather. And we can't be too mean to him, guys. I know what the pain is like when you're getting kicked in the nuts. It sucks. So I hope he feels better.
And with respect to growth, suggest we're on a path to a soft landing. And of course, there are always risks. We are seeing.
Sammy said he didn't have a live stream, which is why I'm here. So, Sammy, now you know this is the live stream. So, this is why you should be here every day.
A less tight labor market and some growing, a little bit more slack in the labor market that we had previously.
Clean Spark's up 7.5%. All right, wait a second. We can listen to this bitch anytime. I need to see if I can get my fucking account to come up. My trading view don't fucking work. My account don't show shit. What the actual fuck is going on today? I'm going to close out of Ally. I'm going to, fucking A. I'm going to go back into it. I'm actually going to, I think I need to, we're going to listen to this bitch. I'm going to try and clear cache on my Ally Exchange account and see if I can get into it. If any of you guys are still having problems with that, please let me know. Yeah, I called her a bitch. She's kind of a bitch. Whatever.
The unemployment rate has drifted up, still low by historical standards, but hopefully this is going to turn out to be a stable situation with the Fed supporting continued strength in the labor market, and inflation has come down considerably. The last mile on inflation involves housing costs, and I believe there's good reason to think that they will fall. Market rents have declined considerably, and with a lag, I think we'll see housing costs fall further, and that'll take the Fed to its 2% target. So I've said for a long time, I always believed that there was a path to a soft landing, that it was possible to bring inflation down while maintaining a strong labor market, and to me, that's what the data suggests has happened.
Okay, so I know you think a lot about the Fed, but I also know you don't talk a lot about the Fed. So I've written a carefully crafted questionnaire to see if you might respond to it.
Real quick, my portfolio right now, which was down 40% on the year at the worst levels, is now down 10%. So things are just getting crazier. It says there's no holdings for display in this account. I'm still having weird shit going on Ally. If anybody can get into it, let me know. Jesse, I used to work at Ally at Invest Department. It's a shit show. Please move to... I've got Fidelity. I've got so many accounts. But yeah, I am actually going to be moving. I'll probably be doing it with Robinhood. If they get another like 3% move your IRA offer, I will fucking move that shit in a heartbeat over to Robinhood, because I'd take $30,000 in gains overnight just from transferring over. But yeah, Fidelity's great.
When you think about the level of rates now relative to the progress on inflation, do you think that rates at the Fed are too high?
Well, you do see in the material, in the comments of the chairman and in the projections of the members, an expectation that rates will come down more and that short rates are currently above neutral. And when you have an economy that's growing at potential, that's operating at full employment with inflation in the vicinity of the Fed's target, that suggests that a more neutral stance of policy is appropriate. So the Fed has had a policy of running a tight policy to bring inflation down. We've seen considerable progress on that front. And yes, I believe over time, if we stay on that path, that rates will decline toward neutral.
Do you have an opinion about the pace at which they ought to get there?
That's getting into detail.
All right.
Slowly.
That clearly it's up to the Fed to decide that.
You talked about potential growth, and there's something that has been troubling to many market observers, which is that we're at or above potential. We're at or near many estimates of full employment, yet we're running these very large deficits. Can you explain why that is and how the administration justifies these large deficits with the economy doing as well as it seems to be doing?
Well, I think the metric we should be looking at is to decide on the sustainability of fiscal policy is real net interest costs as a share of GDP. And historically, that's been under 2%. It is under 2%. Over time, if we don't do further deficit reduction, it would be likely to drift up. So I think
Or we lose our world reserve status and destroy our country. That's probably the more likely scenario.
looking forward, it will be necessary to get deficits down and to do some deficit reduction in order to keep the interest costs manageable. The President Biden and Vice President Harris presented a fiscal 2025 budget that has considerable deficit reduction.
I get.
I mean, if you look at Bitcoin over the last 15 years, yes, it pays a massive monthly dividend and gains. So yes, Daniel.
Something like $3 trillion over the next 10 years.
I've seen that, but if you can't get the revenue, isn't it prudent not to do the spending?
Well, I think it's important to be on a fiscally sustainable course. And the approach that our administration has taken is that we want to be able to invest in ways that will boost growth and do so in an equitable way, whether it's investing in industries of the future, in places that haven't had opportunity, addressing housing, childcare, things that have boosted the cost of living and made life very difficult for middle class
What about energy, you stupid bitch? Sorry, my bad.
families. So we want to
Like the base cost for everything? That would be a good place to start.
invest in the country and be able to do that, afford that by raising enough revenue to be able to pay for those things.
I shouldn't say that. I just really don't like her.
And we've made some progress. We do have now a corporate alternative minimum tax that went into effect.
Oh, yeah, taxes, guys. That's the best way to do it. Just tax the fucking shit out of everything. Wonderful. Thank you, Janet.
We have started to bring down the cost of pharmaceuticals, which both
Actually, that was Trump.
lowers the cost of living for families and also saves the government considerable amounts of money. And importantly, we've boosted the resources of the Internal Revenue Service so they can.
Oh yeah, we could. Hey guys, we're taxing corporations more, and then Trump lowered some of the pharmaceutical costs that the current administration is taking credit for. And guys, there's so many IRS people out there, and then we've got Kamala talking about increasing corporate corporate taxes, capital gains taxes to 44%, and taxing unrealized gains. The economy is going to be great as we fucking destroy it, and everybody flees for other countries. That's exciting. Good job, Janet.
Both improve customer service, and I think anybody.
Oh, the customer service at the IRS when they're taking your fucking money away instead of allowing you to be able to invest in your business and hire more people. Wow.
Who's dealt with the IRS over the last year or two can see that, but
Yeah, I'm starting to get there. Guys.
Also begin to close the tax gap, which is the enormous gap between the revenues that are being collected and what was estimated to be due.
All of that said, Madam Secretary, do you regret over the course of the pandemic and its aftermath,
printing all this fucking money that created the inflation that fucked all the people in the bottom 40%? Do you regret that at all? Do you care about that at all, Janet? Let's see.
Given what happened to inflation, not having reduced spending so that you weren't adding to that inflation?
Look, I think at the outset of the administration, we felt that the largest single risk facing our economy was that people would not get back to work in a timely way.
Because you shut the fucking government down. Again, I don't even think Trump would have done that if he didn't have massive pressure from the left with the 9-to-1 bias and people like Anthony Fauci, who we find out later on actually helped fund the Gain research that caused the fucking pandemic that exited Wuhan lab. Now, all this stuff was, oh my God, you're one of those people, you believe that shit. We know all this is true now. And so we created a narrative to shut down the fucking economy to gain control over U.S. citizens and citizens around the world, and then printed shit tons of money that destroyed the lowest income brackets. We could tax the fuck out of every billionaire in the United States. There's over 550 of them. We could take everything they fucking have, and run this country for 8 fucking months. It is not through taxation that we're going to save this country. If you believe that, you're a fucking idiot.
And we could be faced with a real crisis of high unemployment with substantial scarring. And we put in place with Congress a program that was meant to address that risk. Every developed country saw a surge in inflation.
I can't listen to this pitch anymore. I'm done with it. If you guys want to hear more, do it on your own. I can't listen to stupid shit. It drives me nuts. All right, let's see what else we got here. So what's happening with stocks, guys? Communist Rulebook 101, tax the fuck out of everybody and everything's going to be okay. Hey, why am I in a bread line? Don't worry about it. It's socialism. We're good. All right, it looks like I'm up over $200,000 today. Ally finally fucking works. Thank you, Ally, for doing something. Anybody want to see that? Want to see how these things are sitting? Maybe I'll do some trades in a little bit. Let's take a look here. Let me just adjust this a little bit so I'm not showing the keys to the kingdom, and then I'll drag it over. And we'll take a look. All right, so again, across all accounts today, I would say I'm up $220,000, especially with shitcoins popping. Not a bad start. Not a bad start, guys. Again, down about 10% on my portfolio this year. I told you guys, it sounds brazen to say that I'll double my money this year in the next 3 months. It sounds brazen to say that, but it's true. It's what's coming. PayPal today up $72,000. My 2026 calls are up 15% off of a 2.53% move. My 2025s are up almost 30%. Now, there's still shit on the 2025s. I'm down 90%. I'm going to wait until we get into the upper 90s to start unloading some of this. But hey, I'm making back my losses. This says I'm down 13%. I'm actually probably down less than 10% now in this entire position because of my other account that has options in it too. So looking better on PayPal, guys. Looking better on PayPal. And again, Tesla, not bad either, showing 572% in gains. I've already withdrawn $1 million out of this. So sitting very, very good. Very much all of the money. I only originally contributed $466,000. I've already taken out $500,000. So I've got my entire original investment taken out of this, and I've still got $1 million plus sitting in here. Plus, I have another account, probably up 1.25 million, 1.3 million that I have in Tesla options right now after taking out my entire contribution towards it. So this is just free money right now. Okay, free money. Might sell a little bit of my Tesla or my PayPal calls today, maybe a tiny bit on the 2026s. We'll see. Might sell just a tiny bit on my Tesla calls today again. Just looking around, trying to see what I can shop to buy or gather a little bit of cash. Maybe I'll throw it into TLT. I'm loving this though, guys. I'm loving this. This is great. And actually, I might let this crazy bitch talk because I gotta piss for a second. So we'll finish that up there, and then I got to talk to you about Tesla stuff, guys. There's a lot of good stuff happening with Tesla today, and we'll probably go through some other charts. If you guys want to get charts together, get them together now. I'm gonna go ahead and play this out. We're gonna watch her on full screen. Get your chart request together. We're gonna start going through it. And again, we got more economic data coming at 10:02 in roughly 20 minutes.
Ours was no worse than other countries experienced. Inflation has come down more quickly, and we've had a more robust recovery than other countries. So there's no question that inflation has been a problem. It remains the top priority of our administration to address the high cost of living that burdens households. But inflation now is down considerably, and real wages adjusted for inflation, are rising so that families are getting ahead.
You mentioned in your speech the risk of China and the importance of having a positive relationship with China, or at least building on that relationship. Yet, over the course of this administration, you have kept the tariffs put in place by former President Trump, and you've actually added to them. Do you believe that that relationship has gotten closer?
I do believe it's gotten closer. I think we've deepened our ties with China. We've found ways to constructively discuss and address our differences. I don't want to say that there will be some miracle in which we see China address all of our concerns quickly, but we have had productive discussions of our differences so that we better understand one another, and we're cooperating in areas that the world needs us to work together. Financial stability is one of these areas. And for example, if we were to, God forbid, see a globally systemically important bank, a GSIB, fail, that has operations in China, in the US, in Europe, we would need to be able to cooperate. And we are working closely with financial authorities in China, doing tabletop exercises.
All right, there might be actual signal here. We're going to keep listening to this. This is interesting that she's talking what she's talking about right now.
And deepening our ties so that we would be able to work constructively and quickly to manage a financial crisis that involved the banks and the financial system in our countries.
Madam Secretary.
Yeah, she's not talking about our countries, guys. She's talking about China. There's definite signal here. That was fascinating at the end. We'll let it play out a little bit longer and see where she goes with this. We're still pushing up near 65, guys. We're at 64.8 right now on Bitcoin. Markets are looking super healthy. Somebody said MSTU is ripping, I'm sure. There's a lot of good stuff happening today. Today's going to be a crazy day, guys. You'll have to come back for the market recap. It's probably going to be more of a party than anything.
Secretary, just a last question. I've been interviewing Treasury Secretary since the 1990s, and I've never not asked them about the dollar. When you wake up in the morning, do you look at the dollar? How do you think about the dollar? It's weakened recently with Federal Reserve rate cuts. Do you think
they wanted that?
Think about it in a range. How much concern do you have for the value of the dollar versus other currencies?
So at the beginning of our administration, I tried to articulate what the U.S. dollar policy is. And what I said is that we believe in a market-based currency, that the value of the dollar should be determined in markets, that we should run a strong macroeconomic policy consistent with macroeconomic stability, price stability, and full employment in the United States, and allow the dollar to adjust as necessary to accomplish those goals. So, of course, I watch the value of the dollar, but it's been a long time since the United States has intervened in currency markets. Can't imagine situations where markets are so disorderly that intervention is called for. But as a normal matter, the dollar is determined by markets, and interest rate differentials globally have been important drivers of that.
Do we need a central bank digital currency?
No.
This is something the Fed has been looking at. We've been studying as well.
No.
There are pros and cons, and we're also looking at alternative approaches. We have a good new fast payment system. We're looking at ways
FedNow is bullshit.
To facilitate and reduce the
It's like IRS.gov. You gonna use it? Fuck no.
frictions in cross-border payments. There are many international discussions.
It's called Bitcoin and crypto, biatch.
Taking place about ways to improve the efficiency of the payment system. And
there's literally an alternative system being built around you. You don't need to try and make it more efficient. It's going to die.
It could one day involve a central bank digital currency.
Fuck you. Fuck you and your CBDC.
There are other approaches as well.
Madam Secretary, taking more time than agreed. Thank you very much for joining us.
My pleasure.
And giving us your time.
Thanks.
Hate this lady so much. All right, I'm going to move this off. So we don't want a central bank digital currency. That's the way that the government they'll give you a social credit score, just like what's happening in China. This is what the UN and the World Economic Forum want. Klaus Schwab made it very clear years ago in a speech where he said, in the future, you will own nothing and be happy. They want to control the money supply. They want to make sure that they're making you compliant and that you're saying the appropriate things you should be saying on social media. If not, your social credit score gets worse. And then maybe you don't get to spend money at the grocery store in the future. We don't want a central bank digital currency. Fuck people like this who try to push for one. They want their version of utopia, which is them ruling the world and having control over the United States. If we ever let that happen, we deserve what happens to us. All right, real quickly, Tesla, lots of stuff going on. Before we get into that, though, let's look over here. Again, pushing up against that breakout zone, guys. It is coming. I don't know if it comes tomorrow. I don't know if it comes later. Doesn't really matter. It's coming. PayPal sitting up here, again, 79.25, looks beautiful, making so much money off of that today. Before we get into that, though, I want to go over here to the watch list. I want to look one more time. That's what I want to do before we talk Tesla. Just scanning through here. Again, seeing 8% on MicroStrategy, guys. 8% on the day. Mara up 2.5%. CleanSpark up 6.2%. Coin up 5.21%. Tons of shit coins accelerating. Everything looks beautiful today, guys. Everything looks beautiful. PayPal up 2.5%. This is such a great day. NVIDIA up 1.6%. Everything is taking off, guys. This is the everything rally. It is starting right now. So make sure that you understand that. Make sure you're a part of it. Pour one out for your homies. Pour one out for Meet Kevin. Pour one out for this QE Infinity guy who doesn't seem to know what QE means. Pour one out for all these people. Air France says, what do they say? It's in French. They're adding Starlink to all of their flights. Huh, okay, so Tesla's just, or I should say, Elon Musk is just winning again. Oh, here's dipshit Mark Cuban saying he wants to be the head of the SEC. Keep in mind, he hates Elon Musk and is jealous of him. So do you think he'll be good?
Could I ask you, Mark?
Let me turn that down. It looks like it's super loud.
Whether you would entertain being a Treasury Secretary, Commerce Secretary in.
Look at him. He's literally standing in the White House right now or at something of Pittsburgh. He wants this position. He is working towards a position. It's why he's sucking Kamala's tits, okay?
In a Harris
Head of the
administration.
SEC. Head of the SEC. That's the job I would take. Maybe a.
Dude, look at how quickly he answered that. That's what he's been doing. He is advertising for Kamala because he wants to be the head of the SEC.
Maybe HHS.
He's working towards a position right now. He wants to be in government. That's another guy I don't trust worth a fuck, okay? Bro, Kamala's flat. Well, she probably. I didn't say they were big titties. I just said they were titties. Open Sky said, "We robot." So this is the advertisement Tesla put out yesterday. It shows the equivalent of an eye, and it says, "We robot 1010." This is incredibly exciting. If you're not pumped about this, you're not paying attention. I think that's all I got for the Tesla side of things. I thought I had more in there than I do. I guess I don't. Palantir, for people who don't know, Dan Ives raised his price target to 45. That is magically right where I've been saying that Palantir will probably go over the next 6 months. I don't think there's a lot to talk about here otherwise. Crossroads did say, Roy said, Palantir has announced several extensions, usually multi-year, multi-million-dollar extensions over the past few weeks. Net dollar retention looks good. Palantir is firing on all cylinders, guys. It really is. But there's a point to where it's going to take a breather and people are going to move to other assets. That's been my argument for a while. It continues to be my argument. SoFi, and we'll look at charts here in a second. Tevis, my buddy here, said SoFi will report Q4 GAAP profitability next month. Many institutions can't buy until 4 quarters of profitability. Also, S&P inclusion has to do with that. So maybe we could see this narrative build with SoFi in the future. I'm interested in that. Cubans are Russian. Yeah, I don't know. He's definitely a communist. So if you like communism, guys, if you like other people controlling your fate, sweet. Super good stuff. All right, let's see what happened with the economic data. We're getting close to 10 o'clock. Let's see what else we have here. I don't think we've really heard anything interesting. Powell didn't talk about any monetary policy at all. Maybe that's not crazy. It says that at, it says 9 o'clock we had pending home sales. I don't think we looked at that. Oh, no, we did. They were down 3%, but it was supposed to be down 6% for forecast. So that was good. Let's see. So the Kansas Fed composite, that's what we're looking at now. If you guys have stocks you want to look up, throw them up right now. We'll be looking at those stocks, both in visual stocks and TA side from the financial side and trading view, now that things are working a little bit better. And let me see. I might have sold a little bit of PayPal. Let me just see if that went through. 1 second here. Oh, I did. Okay, so let me add that real quickly, guys, to X. And I need to add that quickly to X and Discord. So this is what I do. All right, let's go to X. We'll post something. And X, we're going to make it a subscriber-only video. In the future, I won't even show these unless you're in Discord or you're on X. Finally made a sale on PayPal for the first time in over 1.5 years. See details below. See, I put see details below, but then you know what I don't do? You know what they can't see? The details below unless they're a subscriber. That's how we're going to pull you in. All right, cool. Done. So Tesla went down a little bit. Is that what are people freaking out because Tesla went down a little bit? That's probably pretty normal, guys. It's down 1%. Oh no. Q3 will report Q3 deliveries on October 2nd, estimated 460,000 units. I love that they're doing this. So they must have had a trading view update. This is new. What they're doing on the right-hand side here, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I like that. All right, so let's look and see what you guys have for stock-related requests. We'll get into this and start moving now. Yeah, very, very excited, guys. This is good stuff. There's good stuff happening in the markets right now. Let's see here. So Tesla down 1.2%. Yep. Do I see? Somebody asked about PayPal. What did you say? Let me just scroll up here real quick. Make sure I don't miss anything key. Do you see any chances? So Chris X said, do you see any chances PayPal touching the $100 mark by the end of the year? Yes, right near it. To be specific, let me just go back over here and I'll pull it up. So PayPal, does it have my fib here? Are my fibs back? My fibs aren't back. Whatever. Maybe it'll come in a second. But this next level that we're really shooting for is going to be right over here. Or I should say there's another level coming up. It's like around 83, 84. That's the next fib. If it was here. And then the next level is around 97. So just a hair under 100. So when you say 100, maybe not 100, but I think we could be at 97 by the year end, if not sooner. And we could actually, if you look over here, we could get up to this like 100 moving average on the monthly time frame. If we look at the weekly here, at 125, maybe it's like 120-ish, that'll be a range of contention again against the 200 moving average. But it's so steep, the drop in the weekly 200 moving average. We're already above all the daily stuff. The 50, purple, the 100, yellow, and the orangish brown, the 200. Those are all my moving averages, guys. They're always the same for color so that you always know when you're looking at my charts. All that is underneath of us acting like rocket fuel to the upside. On the weekly, this is going to be, as far as moving averages go, this is going to be peak resistance. But since it's slanting down at such a steep slant, we will break through it. We have. I don't even know if they're in here, but we do have on the daily time frame. I don't know. Nothing is working right, but I think we have gaps in here, guys, that you can't see right now because my boxes are gone. But look at this huge one right here at 150. This is why I had the 150 January 2025 strike. I don't think we can make it by January. But if we got up to the hundreds, you might want to start unloading your 2025 position. That's my take on that. Let's keep going. Robert Young said Tesla's down. Yeah, not too much. Manny 247 tax capital TAX. Not sure. That was probably me complaining about Janet Yellen. Walter Bryan, I love Jesse. 1 minute he's like, I'm going to let her finish, and then the second he's like, fuck her. I am. I could only listen to so much stupidity, but we did get some value out of that. We know that they're working with China. They're working, I should say, with institutions that are affiliated with China. Or I should say, these are things we can derive from what she was talking about, her talking points. We know that they're working with banks that are affiliated with China to where if there's a major contagion event over there, that they'll help provide liquidity to the banks in the United States and other ones around the world that might need dollars. So if anything, we're going to see a strengthening of the dollar if something like that happens. And we'll see. But if they provide wicked amounts of liquidity, it shouldn't be too big of a deal. But it looks like they're getting ready. They're getting ready to help with this stuff. Daniel, man, no other influencers like Jesse causes an old cusses an old lady for being whack at the same time giving great advice. Gotta love it. Yeah, she sucks. She's a shitty human being. She's a part of that whole World Economic Forum bullshit where they want to decide what you guys should live like. If you're okay with somebody telling you to eat crickets and that takes away your ability to own anything, then cool. Support people like her. Support Kamala Harris's. If you want to make your own destiny in life, you have to be a fool to do so. You have to be a fool to support people like that. Sammy Lee, wish I could buy all the Starlink stock, right? Private markets. Chicken Bro said, how did Mark Cuban make his money? I don't even care. He's such an idiot. He's the dumbest fucking billionaire I've ever heard. Chicken Bro, I listened to a talk to Vivek the other day. It was painful. Vivek is like, you could tell he was trying to dumb it down for him. Bro, Kamala is flat. Yes, she is flat-chested. That's true. The 8, I actually liked Mark Cuban. Then I realized he's not even Cuban. Everything, including his last name, is a lie. That's true, right? Mike Lauk, Cuban sold a software company. Yeah. The 8, Cuban, Russian, corrupt Cuban. Yes, agreed. Mark Bentley, damn, Jesse, quit referring to yourself as an old man. Makes me feel like Methuselah. Sorry, Mark. I do feel old though. I've got so many problems. I ruptured a disc in my neck years ago. I've got arthritis. I've got so many problems. I've got stomach related issues from just treating myself like shit. So I feel old. My outer shell looks pretty good though. I have people tell me that my outer shell is okay. The 8, the paternal grandfather changed the surname from Chabensky to Cuban after his family immigrated from Russia. That is actually good. I didn't even notice that. Thank you. David Gray, VSA. So what is VSA? We're going to look at a stock now, guys. What is VSA, though? And then in 4 minutes, we do have that latest round of economic data that we will look at, and that will be probably the last big thing. Since we heard Janet talk earlier, I really don't give a fuck to listen to her any more than we already have. I'm actually going to run over here to find VST because I don't know. And again, guys, I think the moral of the story is all of our investments are doing good if you're in the stuff I'm in. And then Micron is looking very interesting. Micron is looking very interesting. I might buy some of that today just to start a position. Vistra Corp, revenue up 16%. Forward PE is 16. That's good. It looks like they're making progress. But they do have a lot of debt. And they've been buying back wicked amounts of share. This is independent power producers in Irvine, Texas. Ooh, Irving, this is interesting. Okay, so you got a Texas energy play here. Can you tell me more about this, bro? David, can you tell me more about this company? Mobileye, I don't like Mobileye. I think anybody competing against Tesla is going to get fucked. But I can look at it. Just know my bias, okay, going into it. Institutional ownership on Vistra Corp is going down pretty significantly since 2018. We had a lot of insider selling in 2018, 19, 2022, 2022. But we're seeing shares going down. We're seeing, looks like revenues might be trending up. It looks like EPS is better than it's been. I don't know if there's cyclicality. I didn't look too close. They're making $3 million per employee, almost $2.8 million. That's a good number. Stock-based comp is 0.87%, so there's nothing really there. We see that they had a little jaunt where they were able to lower operating expenses and maybe trending up in revenues. 16 isn't bad. It's not great for an energy company, I don't think, but it's not bad either. Valuations have been trending a little bit higher. This looks interesting as an investment. If you can give me more information about it as a company, I'd be curious. Breaking, SMCI tanking halted. Okay, well, that's news. We got to see what that's about. All right, we're going to stop real quick, guys, and jump over to that because I need to see what's going on here. There's been a lot of people that were saying that SMCI is a little bit flaky. Super microcomputer is down 13%. Oh, this is bad. Look at this trend, guys. This is bad. So on I don't even know what the news is. We'll check in a second. But on the weekly time frame, we are creating a bear flag on this thing. The measured move could get us into the 200s. Can it test to 222? I don't even know. Let's go back and see what volumes look like over a longer time frame. So we do have some technical support here, guys, probably in the 200s, upper 200s, the 268 range. That would probably be the measured move off of this too. So maybe if it gets down to like 300, maybe this is an interesting buy. But what is the news? What is happening with SMCI today? Do you guys have details on it? Because that's a hell of a drop. And I don't know, is SMCI a direct competitor versus MU? Is MU taking market share? This order came out 10 minutes ago before the news hit. Guy made a really quick milli. SMCI slammed on Justice Department probe. Fucking Justice Department. I wonder what it's for. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm going to create a bookmark here real quick for AI. AI and chips. Let me put AI chips. I want to start tracking this. The AI is like my next thing, guys. I'm trying to incorporate it into all the stuff I'm doing with Discord and with the channel, and with trying to make it to where I have to do less edits. I can use tools that are better. And I'm just fascinated by what's going on. So we got a probe on SMCI. If you guys get more accused of accounting fraud, see, that's been kind of hinted on. So very interesting to see how true that is. Let's look at SMCI over here too in their financial statements, or just what their financials are trending like. That's interesting. So we got a probe. That's a big deal. So revenue growth, again, look at the revenues here. Look at the share. And this is what makes this look sketchy, guys. Look at the amount of share dilution. Look at how they're pumping the revenue numbers. They're pumping the net income numbers. They really pumped their cash position. They did massive amounts of share dilution. Operating expenses are going up. Cash flow is negative. Forward PE was only 14. It looked cheap. It looked like a real good deal. And all their guidance is fucking beautiful. All their guidance looks beautiful. It looks insanely good. When you look at the operating leverage here, this is insane. It's like NVIDIA level insane. But what was weird about it is the PE was still 20 and the forward was 14. Now it's probably crushed even lower. We could be in single digits on what the forward looks like. So this is fascinating, guys. This is weird stuff that we're seeing in the market right now. But yeah, VST looks interesting from a financial standpoint or perspective. It looks interesting. I'll probably skip the technical for now. I want to jump through a couple of these real quick. I'm going to jump into Mobileye just to show you guys what the financials look like on this. Everybody asks about Mobileye. It must be like a big retail thing or something. Forward PE is 24.69. Let's just look at this real quick. Let's look at what's coming in the future. So revenue flat. EPS is supposed to be positive. I guess you could say that's good. Larger sales than buys back in 2023 of Q2. Nothing really interesting there. Ratios are flat to down. Stock-based comp is 14% of revenue. That's high. If we look here, again, revenues, I'll try not to too much. Cash flows are going down. Free cash flow is going down. It looks like it's going to go negative. Shares outstanding were flat to diluting. Cash, they've got cash. They've got $1.2 billion. But what are they burning? So last quarter they burned, what is that, in millions? $86 million they burned off of $439 in revenue. So they can last, based on quarters, they can last for years here with their burn rate. But most likely, I think what they're going to end up doing is just diluting shareholders. There is no second best to Tesla right now. I don't think there will be. So I'm super biased against Mobileye, just to be clear. Mike Lauk says, can you explain BITX again? It's a 2x play versus Bitcoin, and they pay a dividend. But it could get crushed a little bit too if Bitcoin goes down. Right now, if I just look here, let me just go back over to my dashboard and I'll look and see how much I made off of the almost 60,000 or roughly 60,000 I put in yesterday. So I'm up about 5.6% on it today. Again, 2x play, pays a dividend, and my cost basis is 63. It says 64,376. So I'm up a little bit less than that. I'm only up 2.28 because I was buying the dip down. So but you have to remember this has daily rebalancing. So it's not something you want to hold for stupid amounts of time. You're holding it as a momentum play. So if like Bitcoin goes to 92, I'm fucking out of this and dumping it into other things. So that's the play there. You hold it for a short period of time. You don't hold it for long periods of time. That's BITX. Alfredo Hernandez, you will own nothing and you will be happy is their philosophy. That's the World Economic Forum, guys. You should be frightened of that. Candlestick, and this is the Bill Gates. Bill Gates has a new video talking about what a wonderful person he is and how he's going to help create the future, and the companies that are creating the future. The one thing you won't see in there is anything Elon Musk. Why is that? Candlestick. Good morning, Jesse. Hope you have a nice day. Thank you, sir. Walter Bryan, SMCI tanking and Department of Justice probe. Guillermo, what did Powell say today? I missed it. Nothing. He didn't talk about monetary policy at all. Chicken Bro, breaking. Yep. Haywood Jablomi, CRBP, a biotech, dropped 60% based on fallout from Novo News, but there is some strong insider buying since the drop. Is CRBP something that might be an ARC Genomic too? Like, do they have that one? Just curious. Company has no revenues. They lose money. They're diluting shares like fucking crazy. They have bonds now. They got $150 million almost in bonds. Negative free cash flow, $8.9 million. Net income is negative $10 million off of no revenue. I don't even know what to say about companies like this. I really don't care. I don't care, man. And there is insider buying. You're right. Okay, institutional ownership's going down. Insiders have been buying. They might believe in this. I don't place bets like this. I might place more bets like this in the future. I would be curious, though, if CRBP is a holding that's in ArcG's fund. Let me just ask Grok. 1 second. Is CRBP a holding in ArcG? Let's see what Grok has to say about it. But yeah, I don't love plays like this where they're not making any money whatsoever. I struggle with stuff like that. It's just, I struggle with it. It looks like there's a bunch. CRBP is not listed among the holdings in ArcG, so this isn't something I can get access to via that. But yeah, again, dude, I don't love plays like this. I don't even like looking at them. I think they're too speculative. Yeah, so I'm not interested, honestly. David Wyatt, Department of Justice. Huntang, SMCI accused of accounting fraud. Austin, SMCI, they issued bonds. Haywood Jablomi, SMCI is server builder, historical known for shady business practices. I don't know all that, but that's interesting. Should have bought all puts today. Pete Sterlach, the Justice Department is investigating. Okay. Walter Bryan, law entire market went from green to red, probably off of SMCI news. I don't know about the stock market. I really don't care. I know about my portfolio, and my portfolio is up over 6 figures. So that's what I care about. This is what I care about right here. This number right here. I care about the fact that I'm still making money. I care about that. All right, what else we got? Aren't they, David, why aren't they a 10-to-1 split? Maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't be touching SMCI if they've got the Department of Justice probing them for fraud. Market sold off. Guess it's taking a break. We'll pump next week. I'm still up 6 figures. So I'll take it. Guillermo, and again, we've still got tomorrow, right? Today's Thursday. Oh, guys, and tomorrow, I don't know yet. My Cybertruck might be done. I'll let you guys know on X and on Discord if I'm going to be available. Over this weekend, I'll be more available on Discord because I'm going to try and build out a bunch of the charts and stock-related stuff and just make sure that everything's working good and listen to people's input and try and be on there more. But tomorrow, I might be gone for a while after the morning show. I might be taking off again to go pick up my truck with all the work that's been done to it. Guillermo, Bitcoin monthly candle is looking good. Hopefully it closes a bit higher. I agree. Walter, we should look at it on the monthly, actually. Walter, that Twitter post from the guy who loaded up puts turned 430K into 4.5 million. That's great, but man, that's not the way you should make money, guys. I just think it's super fucking dangerous. Don't try and be that guy. Be a long-term investor. Matt, sorry if you covered this, but has your view on China changed? Not at all. You can make money on China. I'm not touching it. I'll pull up your guys' stocks and tell you where they hit resistance and support levels, but I'm not going to fuck with it. Kamawa, PSIX is a great AI play. They manufacture data center engines. We'll look at that. Let me do that right now here. Daniel, how has parking been with the Cybertruck? Feel like it could be a pain. It's actually really great, but if you're not retarded, I'm a little retarded when it comes to driving a Cybertruck or a truck, I guess, because I have backed into my house and knocked off some of the stucco. I have backed into a camper and cut it open like it was a tin can. I've had issues. FSD Cybertruck this week? What? Cybertruck? Are you serious? Or are you just saying because he said it was going to be September? God, I love the Cybertruck. Modular. Is it coming this week? Is there a post? Or are you just like teasing me? Are you teasing me because he said it would come in September? Look at this knockoff in China, guys. Look at this knockoff of the Cybertruck. Look at this. I'm sure it is shit. But this is what China does. Oh, I love that. Can you confirm, Robert, is that actually happening this week? Oof, that's a nice looking Cybertruck. Fucking A. All right. Don't play with Jesse's feelings, Robert. Yes, don't do this to me. You're making me sad. I went from irrational exuberance to sadness. Omar posted it. Really? Or is he fucking with us too? Omar's so sarcastic, dude. He is just... Oh, here, Omar's. See, you never know. He could be like, hey, it's coming this week because he told us. Based on what I'm seeing with Tesla 12.5.4, anyone still stupid enough to be short Tesla is going to have trouble sleeping at night. I agree. Even though I do think it still has problems in the sun. I knew it. I've seen it before. The summon button in the Tesla ride-hailing app mock-up. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it is similar. Where's this link? All right, I'll try and look for it later. Wait, we noticed a new Tesla software update on Cybertruck in Florida. View the rollout update here. Oh, fucking A. All right, I love the little face thing he did. All right, I'm going to read that later. That's exciting. Oh my gosh, guys. I'm going to get my Cybertruck. It would be so cool if I literally can go there, update my Cybertruck, and have it drive me home. Oh my God, I would be so happy. Whew. All right, let's look at the heat map since we see the market melting down. Does anybody know what news might be causing the market to go down? It's all good. Maybe one of the feds says some stupid shit. I don't think it was Yellen. Big charges dropping on Eric Adams. Is that the CEO of SMCI? PSIX. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do your request. If somebody else has another request, let me know. Oh, and I think we had more economic data. Let's go to that too, guys. This is what happened. This is what happened to the markets, guys. We missed the economic data. So the Kansas Fed Manufacturing Index dropped negative 18 versus 9 expected for forecast, and the composite was down 8 versus 2. This is the news, guys. This is why it's going down. This is why it's going down. So this is the same kind of thing, but this is normal, guys. Manufacturing sucks in the United States. It makes up a very small portion of what's going on in this country. It is okay for it to be at these levels. It will bounce. We've been at historically low levels, like I've said, since August of 2022, really since June of 2022. So for over 25, 26 months, manufacturing has been incredibly depressed. It's okay if it still sucks right now. It will get better. This is not a real thing that you need to worry about. Not a real thing you need to worry about. Let's go to PSIX and then we'll get to more stuff here. So that's why the market's dropping. So we know now. Could I ask Grok? I probably could. I don't know if Grok's smart enough to be able to say anything about it yet. And it looks like they're opening up SMCI again. So I don't think anybody's buying this bounce. I think it's rolling over more. All right, what do we have here, though? What was that request? It was, let me go back up. Oh, fuck, where did it go? P something. PSIX. Okay. Let's look at it actually over here first. I want to see if the fundamentals warrant review. What is the full name of PSIX? Can you tell me? Let me know what PSIX, the full name. Some of these ones, if it's a smaller one, guys, make sure that you Power Solutions International. Make sure you give me a little more because sometimes the other ones don't. I don't see it. I don't see it it's not in here under the finance side. I can pull it up over here briefly. It's a small cap. Those are harder. Oh, wow. It's screamed a ton already. So I already don't love this because it's already went up so much. This is like when you go from $1.69, we looked at this the other day, to 21. That's a frightening number. And I don't think this got added by I'll see if I can get this added too, since I've got to talk about other things. I'll add this into the middle with Alejandro. I don't think I ever sent him that list. I've just been going in so many directions, but can we add? But let me look at what it looks like on the financials on TradingView. I think it showed progress. Yeah, if you look here, it shows revenue starting to spike. It shows net income for last quarter was 21 million off of 110 million in revenue. I don't know what their guidance looks like, but that would be an interesting take into it. It's just I'm really reluctant to recommend anything like this without being able to do a quick visual charts dive, because when you have these kind of peaks right here, guys, in volume, it usually signifies that you've got to blow off top. Sometimes this could be justified if it's a really great company and they're doing amazing things. I don't know the fundamentals of this company at all, but it's really made what would be its measured move from $1.20 up to 20. I mean, you've got what, 18x on this thing, 19x. That's such a huge amount, almost 2,000% in gains. That's a huge amount, man. So I don't know. The financials look like they're getting better. I don't even know where to look up forward guidance in here, so I can't do too much. I don't even know if that's a way to look, if TradingView has that. Let me ask Rock. Does TradingView, I don't know if they'll have that answer or not, have the ability to see forward guidance / estimates within the software? I'm going to punch this into Grok, and I'm also going to put it into a search. So 1 second here. We'll get Grok going, because this might be helpful in the future. Revenue estimates, TradingView. Revenue estimates are an important indicator. Oh, they do have a section for that. Where the fuck is it? Earnings, revenue estimates. How do I find that? Is that under the daily? Where do they put it? They do have the ability to... Oh, it just shows the estimates in here. Okay. For revenue and earnings. Okay, so we can take the last quarter. So we can see what it is up here. So we can't see too far out. Do they have it populated? So the estimate is 0.6 for earnings and 124 million for revenue. So seeing an increase on both. So their guidance, at least for next quarter, looks better. So we can get a little bit of a glimpse, it looks like, with this. But there's not much else I can say outside of that. It's done really well. I don't know if there's much else to talk about. I know I said I was going to do a bunch of these, but I might take a breather here because I'm 3 hours in, guys, and I'm a little tired. I might try and do more in the market open. I will get you guys caught up with requests, I promise. I'm just fucking exhausted, dude. I'm sorry. I just am. So it looks like Tesla's getting a little bit of bounce. I think the market is absorbing this data on the Kansas Fed, guys. And it's not bad. It's not bad information. We are going to bounce here. So I think this is probably a good in the end, okay? So don't fret about it. It's probably an opportunity to buy the dip. I actually might, real quickly, buy something. Let me just look here. So what is MU up right now? Let's look here. I might buy some Micron just to get a starter position, just because I think that's something that's got me excited and I want to start monitoring it more. And the best way I find to monitor something is to own it. No, fuck that. I'm not buying a 14% up day. But I want to. But I don't. But I want to. You know what? But this thing's been to 160. I'm going to buy some. Fuck it. I'm going to buy it. I normally would never do this. I never recommend this for anybody. Never buy on a day where something is up this much. But we've already retraced a little bit. And I want to start a position in Micron. I'm getting excited about this. I'm going to buy a small amount, though. Let's see here. What is 100? Do I have 100? What is that? 100 shares. I don't have 100, so 100. I'm going to do 50. I'm just going to do 50 shares of Micron just to get a position started. And that's probably my last thing for the day. There's going to be profit taking happening on MU. I agree. Totally. Which is why I only put $5,000 into it. And I'll get a chart looking better on this one, too. I got a lot of stuff to do, guys. I'm probably going to call it here. What's being done on the Cybertruck? What isn't being done? I tried to jet ski with it. and 3 feet of water. Not smart at 70 miles an hour. So I tore off this armor plate in the back part that was right near where they have the 48 volt architecture. So the thing like powered down a bunch of additional systems, brought them all back up, but the plate's hanging down and it drags in the wind. Never. So moral of the story, Cybertruck can go into 3 feet of water. Don't do it at 70 miles an hour. That was one thing. I also damaged part of the back from hitting a camper. I'm fixing that. I don't walk on your window. I don't know if that's what cracked it. It looks like maybe a rocket hit it too, but I think maybe the walking on it with a crack was a bad idea, like with a little bit of a ding that I didn't see, and so that cracked. So don't do that. That was $2,400 mistake. But my referral bucks are going to pay for it. And then the vault doesn't close all the way when you use the outside button. It's like the sensor's getting stuck. They're fixing that. The back tailgate had an issue. There was a recall on the motor for the wiper. They're fixing that too. And then they're putting on I got a spare tire with my referral points, so they're putting that in the back. I know they have that for $3,000. I can get a whole winter set of tires and rims. I'm probably going to do that when they become available again. I think that's it for the stuff they're fixing. But yeah, so I should have my window fixed, all this stuff fixed, and can't wait to get it. And then if I get full self-driving, I'm just going to be ecstatic. I'm going to be super happy. TradingView has 4 quarters of guidance. Oh, okay. It's under forward guidance. It's under forecast. I love you guys. You guys are so fucking awesome. Oh, you guys are so fucking awesome. That's great. Thank you for letting me know that. I will make a note here to look under the forward guidance section. God, you guys are awesome. TradingView. So I'll try and get better at that to where when we don't have something underneath visual stocks, I can still reference it and give you kind of a similar breakdown. So I'll get more familiar with that. Walter, there is going to be profit taking. Yep. Mario, hey man, don't ever be sorry with all the value you're creating. You're the one. Thanks. I appreciate that. I want to do, I don't know. I just have this thing where I just always want to be better. It's a blessing because it's made me rich and made me, I think, a better person. But it's also kind of a curse too. People that have this problem know what I'm talking about. I'd say Elon Musk probably has it on crack. He's like the cracked version of that. Alexander, what's being done to the Cybertruck? Oh, that was that. Alfredo, sometimes I'll just buy one share of something just to keep an eye on it. It's totally a good way to do it. I do it with option chains too. I'll buy one contract. That way I know. Nick, what's your favorite dividend stock? I don't like any of them. My favorite dividend stock, BITX, 2X on Bitcoin. Dividend stocks aren't my play right now. That might be more of something that I want to do after spring, or maybe the latter part of spring. I might be more interested in stuff like that. Other plays that could just be money makers. I'm still up $100,000 today, guys. If this is all the market has to throw at us today, I'm stoked. Let's see what indices are at real quick. S&P 0.23%, so it pulled back a lot, but that's beautiful. This is the trend. Oh, and now it looks like my shit's starting to come back. So I don't know why my exchange didn't work. Nothing on TradingView is working. Yeah, the 0.62, but you also will get some dip probably. Somebody was saying that like after you get your dividend payout, some people might sell. That's a possibility. But I think right now it's a great investment. Again, you're going to have theta decay too. It's a 2x. So you won't have crazy theta decay like a 3x, but you'll have some theta decay. Mario, SMCI, Reuters, the U.S. Department of Justice is investigating. Yeah, we saw that. We posted that earlier. Thank you though, Mario. Yeah, I think the big thing giving the market a hit though is definitely this. This is what happened. It might have been SMCI and this, maybe like a multiplier with SMCI, but it was the Kansas Fed manufacturing just shitting the bed when people thought it was going to improve. I think that was really the big difference. Let's look at the NASDAQ real quick before we cut and run here. NASDAQ up 0.25%. So NASDAQ and S&P not really up too much today, but still holding on good. I think we're going to bounce, guys. People are going to realize this Fed manufacturing data for Kansas does not matter. 0.76 still on the Russell. This is very risk on to me, guys. Let's look at the crypto sector. Doesn't even give a fuck. Now Ethereum's going up. Doesn't even give a fuck. So again, just looking at the daily here, guys. This, I believe, is all my favorites. Yeah. So does this look like a bear market? Does this look like people are scared? The daily here. Let's go to the weekly. Let's go to the monthly. Let's go to the yearly. I'll do the stocks this afternoon. This afternoon is going to be really quick news information, a real quick flash over anything major that happened in the markets today, like indices, dollar, oil, things that might have moved that I want to talk about. I'll probably skip going through all of them and just rolling through and only talk about the highlights, and then we'll go straight into stock. I promise. There's stuff I got to do. There's stuff I got to do in the Discord. I want to update TradingView. First off, I want to make sure that the Discord is still getting my X posts. I don't know if it is. When I look over here on X alerts, oh no, it is. It just pulled some in. Sweet. Okay, cool. So it is. But I also want to get on TradingView. I want to create more of these watch lists, like my miners ones. I want to have ones for different sectors, so I'm looking to try and build some of that out too. Bitcoin is getting near 65K again right now, guys. I think this whole Kansas Fed manufacturing is going to be a nothing burger. I think you should have bought the dip. I own Micron now, so I need to post about that, and I'll be doing that in a second. But yeah, if you guys haven't, I would prefer masturbating right now. Are you masturbating? Let's see. Are a lot of people going to be masturbating? Let me see here. Let's pull up MicroStrategy. I've got it on my screen over here. It's up almost 8%. So MSTX is probably up 15% today. MSTX is probably up 14 to 15%. That's a hell of a turnaround, guys. That's beautiful. Maybe that's what I should have bought yesterday. But this is so beautiful. And I still don't have my fibs. They're not back yet. But you can see where this is getting ready to explode higher. You can see where this is getting ready to go. We're going to make a lot of money. Anyway, I think that's it, guys. There's always more stuff. There's always like the latest thing. We covered the big stuff. Markets are going higher. We're going to make a shit ton of fucking money. The Fed is playing ball. China's playing ball. None of the other, all the other stuff is fucking noise. We've got expanding liquidity. We've got the popular narrative being that the economy is going to fall apart. All these people are getting ready to get fucking wrecked. All the naysayers are getting ready to be fucking wrecked. So don't be those people. Get ready to make a bunch of money. Let's go out with something cool here. And guys, if you can, get on X. Subscribe to X. I would prefer you guys pay the bare minimum on YouTube if you really like YouTube. Pay the $2, but be on X because you're going to get exclusive posts that you won't get anywhere else. And then be on Discord because you're going to get some of the best content out there and access. For $12 a month if you did all three. For $10 if you just do X and Discord, I think that's a hell of a value. You're going to make a shit ton of money, a lot more than that $10 a month that you're going to be paying. And if you pay $12 between all three, I think that's still pretty attainable. Since me, Kevin, evidently charges $2,700 fucking dollars for a course about investing without a coupon, and he's not even live streaming today. So anyway, I love you guys. I'm not going to play the buy the dip thing because I think what's happening here, first off, it's all about the robots. It's all about the robots, and it's all about going to all-time highs. So we're gonna do a twofer today, guys. It's going to be all about the robots, and it's going to be all about the all-time highs, if I can get these in the right order to play them. There we go. All right. Peace out, guys. I love you guys very much. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for everything you do. Bye.
Well, well, well. You know what time it is. Whew. We back, baby. Bitcoins, shitcoins, or NFTs. There's no greater feeling than hitting that sweet. Old time high, old time high, old time high in this bitch. Watch it pump to the sky. We just buy and get rich. Old time high, old time high, old time high in this bitch. Watch it pump, baby. We just buy and get rich. Get right back. We back in the black. We back in the green. Got the team all around me. We rowdy and causing scenes. Where you been? Grab a cup, baby. Come and take a sip. Oh my bad, yo, what's up? Man, you didn't buy the dip. Oh, that's rough. Oh, that's tough. Oh, that's really gotta suck. Only problem that we got is that we didn't buy enough. Man, I joke, man, I kid. Know exactly what we did. Now we pull up in the whip, cause we just hit. Old time high, old time high, old time high in this bitch. Watch it pump to the sky. We just buy and get rich. Old time high, old time high, old time high in this bitch. Watch it pump, baby. We just buy and get rich. Got my family on the phone, they asking what they should buy. I say a time machine to take you back to when I was trying to get you buying on the low, instead you trying to buy high. I guess it's time for me to sell this shit and wave it goodbye. Like sayonara, I don't wanna be stuck there with the bag. Don't be mad, I'm just saying I'm taking some of the cash that we stacked up, baby, cause we out of here. As we blast up straight into the stratosphere, right through the all-time high in this bitch. Watch it pump to the sky, we just buy and get rich. All-time high in this bitch. Watch it pump, baby, we just buy and get rich. All-time high in this bitch. Watch it pump to the sky, we just buy and get rich. All-time high in this bitch. Watch it pump, baby, we just buy and get rich.
Optimus, the robotic humanoid under development by Elon Musk's Tesla Inc., is sparking concerns around job security.
This is not financial advice, silly.
Robot just stole my job. I'm there like, oh my god. I blame it on Elon. He's taking all I got. Turned up to work and went to start my day. Was barely late, like 9:08. So took my coffee break. Then I got hungry, so I just stopped by the free buffet. But then to my dismay, I heard somebody say,
Attention humans, you have lost, you have not met your quota. Pack your belongings in a box, now it's over.
Robot just stole my job. I'm there like, oh my god. I blame it on Elon. He's taking all I got. But I'm in management. I work hard every day. I need these benefits. Health and 401k. How could they do this shit though? Where will I trade my crypto? I had a second monitor for Twitter. Where will it go? Somebody please stop the bus. I mean, not the fuss, but there's lots of us. And now you say you won't pay me to play ping pong because Optimus. I mean, who employs a damn humanoid? Some new droid for you to exploit. Deploy to destroy your human droid. No lunch breaks, great. Get a few deployed.
Your time is up, human inferior to me. I'll take it from here, you're relieved of your duty.
Robot just stole my job. I'm there like, oh my god. I blame it on Elon. He's taking all I got. Robot just stole my job. I'm there like, oh my god. I blame it on Elon. He's taking all I got.
It's okay, human, please don't cry. You can always go and become a Twitter thread guy. Make pretty pictures with Midjourney on your new PC. Or make some YouTube videos about ChatGPT. Sucker.
Robot just stole my job. I'm there like, oh my god. I blame it on Elon. He's taking all I got. Robot just stole my job. I'm there like, oh my god. I blame it on Elon. He's taking all I got.